Hey guys, happy Sunday! So today we're going to be diving into the weekly reading starting with today all the way until Saturday of next week. And if you don't know who I am Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. If you want to learn a little bit more about me or check out my readings and other offerings, I have my links down below. You can check out my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. And maybe while you're at it, check out Desert Cauldron, which is a witchy shop that James from Light of Riga and I own. So we have a lot of handmade items in there, a lot of witchy items, and also items from the local artisans here in Arizona. And if you're looking to do a little bit of support for the channel, you could check out those links down below as well for Patreon, YouTube membership, all that good stuff. But like I said, we're going to be diving into our weekly reading today for this week. Oh, and one more thing, I did want to mention that I just put out the newsletter for October yesterday. So if you're interested in the newsletter, go ahead and sign up. That'll get you signed up for next month, on the 1st of next month. I don't play the spam game, so all you get is a wonderful witchy newsletter from me. Sometimes I put in recipes, sometimes I put in spells, books that I'm reading, crystals that I'm utilizing, other YouTube channels that I'm watching. So definitely go check it out. The link for that is down below. And there is a sale that is going to be going on, a Samhain sale for Kittens, Weights, and Tarot on my website and my Etsy shop starting on October 10th. So that will go from October 10th until the 31st. And we'll also be having a sale at Desert Cauldron as well. So 10 to 30% off at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. Definitely check it out. Okay. So I'm going to be casting an elemental circle, working with the elements just to clear up the area, making sure it's nice and high vibe so we get the best and clearest messages possible. All right, so let's go back here. Susie said Ghostbusters, heck yeah. But, you know, we ain't afraid of no ghosts. In fact, we welcome ghosts. And actually today is the Feast of the Guardian Spirits. So many witchy folk and pagans are celebrating that today. You might be wondering, what is a guardian spirit? Those are our spirit guides and helpers, all of those benevolent energies that are helping us on our journey, on our path. And oftentimes we can't usually see them, I say, with our peepers, but we can feel them. We know they're there, and we know that they are helping us for our best and highest good. So today we honor them. Today we leave out a little something, something, maybe light a candle for them. Hopefully maybe some of you guys will be doing that as well. Butterfly, hey, she says, heyo. Sorry I missed a few live streams this week. Still without power down here, but we're all good in my neighborhood since the hurricane. All right, yeah, definitely. You know, you do you, take care of yourself, be safe out there. I have been seeing, you know, updates from various people talking about the hurricane. So, and we know that Florida, you know, can, well, it's known for its hurricanes, and they can get a little cray-cray. So definitely take care of you and yours. All right, let's go back here. Lisa says, hey peeps, how are we all doing? I'm doing fantabulous. Susie has also posted when the sale will be for Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, 10th through the 31st. All right, so glad to see you guys, yay! And you know, since it's October 2nd now, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start wearing more of my Ghostbuster stuff, although I kind of wear that all year round. But it just seems more pertinent today. So yeah, I got my little Ghostbuster earrings, which actually I got these from my best friend out in Belgium. So hey, Steph. And actually she just came back as well. She was out in Portugal visiting our friend Wasima, and she was there with her buddy Christoph, and you know, she got all kinds of beautiful pictures and got to try all different kinds of wonderful foods. So I can't wait to hear about her trip. Excited about that. But yeah, now she is back and probably just like resting off the jet lag in Belgium. So all right, you guys, I have some wonderful things cooked up for us. And since we're in the Samhain season and we're in the fall season, I've decided to choose decks that I think are for this theme. Angela, hey, how are you? So hey, if you guys, while I'm casting the circle and doing my elemental stuff, if you want to go grab your decks, go ahead and take the time to go do that. Let us know what you're working with, or if you're just going to do some downloading, let us know about that too. All right, so I have my Wally's World Oracle, and actually I have one of my Wally's Worlds to pack up for our friend Jamie. So I'm gonna send that in the post tomorrow. So excited. But if you're interested in my Wally's World, the link for that is down below. Okay, so some of the spooky decks. I'm going to use my Tarot del Toro, which is nice because it's actually wood carving, which is really freaking awesome. My Trick or Tarot, the Divine Muses Oracle, and the Dia de los Muertos playing cards, which I like to use for divination. And then also, I know you guys dig them, so I bust them out. Well, I dig them too. Is my charms. And I know that I have some Halloween charms in here, so maybe we'll end up pulling some of those. We don't know. But that'll be for the elemental reading that we do. Okie dokie. So like I said, go grab your decks, you guys. Go, get all set up. If you want to go grab, a cup of tea or a cup of hot water or coffee, go ahead and do so. Some of you guys, I know it's like late morning or maybe afternoon already, but alrighty. Let's see here. Oh, so many awesome people in. Susie says, switching to my computer, less emojis now. Aw, I appreciate all your emojis. Angela said, I'm slinging from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Oh my gosh, that's what I was using last night. I was actually using my Vintage Wisdom Oracle because I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't used that deck in a while. I was really feeling it. So yeah, I had that with me actually next to the bed before I passed out. It's 1920s and 18th century postcard vibe. Yes, it is. I dig it. Susie says, I have that deck, Angela. Should I grab it? Dude, we should all use that deck. Maybe I should grab it. Angela also got the House of Night Oracle, my first Oracle deck. It's Wicca theme meets vampires. Nice. Liesel has the Saints and Mystics Oracle. You know what? That one is on my wish list, actually. Andres and Gracia love this deck. Not aired it out in a while. Nice. I love it. You guys have some freaking awesome decks today. Okay, as always. So let's go ahead and light up our little candle. We're going to call in the element of fire just to help burn away anything that need not be in our area at this moment. And of course, I'm extending that energy to wherever you guys live in the world. Just making sure we're all in this nice, beautiful, clear, and safe space. And I decided to go with a green candle. Go into the heart space, like a little color magic. Plus, green is also for abundance and prosperity. So I thought I'd bring in a little bit of that as we head into October. Okay, so with that, I have my sweetgrass here, which is actually one of the faves among Native Americans and my ancestry. So let's just go ahead and light her up here. Sweetgrass is a very unique smell, and I love it. So I'm gonna burn it a little bit extra because I love the smell of sweetgrass. There we go. Get this smoky, baby. So we're gonna use the wind element to just blow out anything that need not be here at this time. And dude, this whole year and a half, the veil has been thin, but now it's almost as if there is no veil. It's almost as if just, all the dimensions and, everything is just together as one in one space where we can all almost visibly see them and feel them. So just getting a little bit extra clear. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down. And then for the water element, you guys know a few weeks ago I was talking about chinchweed, which is something that grows readily up at my property up in the mountains, and it flowers from late summer all the way into early October. So the chinchweed's kind of starting to disappear, but luckily I saved some. I've turned some just into dried herb, and then I turned some into a spray, so we're going to use that for our water element. And then I have some other chinchweed that is infusing into oil right now, and next week or the week after I'm going to turn that into a salve. So okay, so let's do a little spray, clean the area with a little bit of chinchweed. It has a wonderful earthy lemon scent. I dig it. Okay. And then for the earth element, I have a wand that we created for desert cauldrons. So this is actually in our Etsy shop if you're interested. But this is a wonderful Chlora included quartz on boar bone. And then surrounding this deer leather here, we have citrine. So this is wonderful solar energy, but also earth energy. And by the way, anything that has animal parts and the things that we create for Desert Cauldron, we make sure are ethically obtained. We want harm to none because that's a part of our practice. Therefore, those are a part of the things that we create. All right, so starting off at the north, calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. And calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Our circle is cast, let our work begin, and so it is. All right, you guys, let's do this. Okay, so let's go back here. Jamie, hey, how are you? Hey, we were just talking about you. Talking about getting your Wally's World out in the post tomorrow, early AM. Angela said, I think after my reading last night, the veil is something over each of our eyes that we can move. I decided to start operating from the belief that the veil is now gone for me, so there is no barrier between me and my loved ones. Yep, and I truly believe there never has been a barrier, but I don't know, maybe it's our ego or societal conditioning. We like to believe that we're separated, and maybe it's a little bit of people feeling unsafe only because it's something that maybe a lot of people don't fully understand in our human form. Of course, our spirit form fully understands everything, but our human form has maybe a hard time fathoming that there's more than meets the eye, says the Transformers, but really everything is always there. It's just we just got to tap in and use our other set of eyes to be able to see it. Let's see. Yes, Susie said, and so it is. All right, you guys. So in my little notes here, I like to talk about the Mayan date. Hey, Annette, how are you? All right, so the Mayan date, we are starting a brand new Trecena. So yesterday was actually a really powerful day. I don't know if you guys did any spell work yesterday. I saw some people were going off and starting Oktoberfest like early, I guess. So October 1st, a lot of people were already out dressed up, doing their Oktoberfest stuff. Some people were doing the Hocus Pocus 2 viewings. I don't know how many of you watched Hocus Pocus 2. I know Annette did. I'm hearing mixed reviews on the movie thus far. I don't know. Okay, but today we're starting a brand new Trecena. So yesterday was a really powerful day. I was definitely feeling the vibes yesterday. The mic is acting up a little. That's interesting because all these live chats that I've been doing in the evening with this microphone, it's been fine. But every time I want to do a live chat for the weekly reading, it wants to act up the past few weeks. That's interesting. But you know what? We'll do a little unplug, and I'll replug it in, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll leap and wait. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. And you know what? Let me just do an energetic cleanse real quick. Oh, I see what it is. All right, I don't know. I guess you can still hear me on the phone's audio, but before I started the chat, it kind of came to me that, you guys sometimes do the super chats and super stickers for me to pull a card at the end of the chat for you for, your personal questions. And it seemed like a lot of your ancestors, your, grandparents, a lot of spirits that hang around you guys was like, maybe they want to hear some stuff from us. So it seems like
it's not anything malevolent. It's just it's friends. It's friends and family from you guys and from me. And it's just affecting the microphone right now. So okay.
All right then. Okay, so hopefully, I don't know. I hope the mic does okay, but yeah, it's just affecting the mic. So, um, Angela is saving Hocus Pocus 2 for Halloween. Okay. Susie said that is creepy cool. Angela said that movie is such a part of my childhood. I first watched it on Halloween, so I'm gonna watch it Halloween with my Hocus Pocus deck and card sling while I watch. Annette said sending some clearing your way. We ain't afraid of no ghosts. Psh, heck yeah. Susie's gonna watch it soon. And Jamie was saying it was still happening unplugged. So now we know it's not the microphone. Okay, it's good now. Okay. I think as long as they know that they're going to be heard today, I think they're okay. All right. So the Mayan date. Whoa, sorry. Like, let me turn on the lighting just a little bit because I'm in black. Behind me is in black, so the light compensation doesn't know what to do on my cell phone. So anyway, the Mayan date today is one Eb, and Eb is all about the life road. It could be also the physical road, like the traveling on our physical roads. Obviously, be safe out there. Make sure you use your turn signals. Make sure you look into your blind spots. But the same could be said about the road of life, making sure that we look into our blind spots, which is where meditation comes in, making sure that we're looking at the things that are harder for us to see with our ego. So therefore, we have to tap into our higher self, making sure that we have good peripheral vision, that we're looking at all of the available opportunities and the things that are around us. So today is a wonderful day to kind of look into and think about what are the things that you want to do now that it's the start of October. What do you want to do for the rest of the year? What do you want to do for this month? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? And make sure that you're not only looking with your physical peepers for those opportunities and for, you know, the good things coming your way, but also with that third eye that's up there, making sure that we have that crown chakra open. And also, just like a vehicle, vehicles have safety features, right? You know, they have bumpers, they have crumple zones, they have airbags, seat belts. So we have to make sure that we're protecting our energy just like vehicles protect themselves. So making sure that you have an energetic barrier, but also making sure that you're working on your boundaries with people around you, even your loved ones, actually, especially your loved ones. And boundaries aren't there to I would say distance yourself from somebody, but to say, hey, I respect myself and I respect my energy just as I respect you and your energy, so that we all have the utmost energy possible in order to help each other. So today, think about that road of life. Think about yourself as the vehicle, or that you're inside that vehicle. And just like you drive out on the road, hopefully safely, then you know, what are you doing out on your road of life? And if you're one that tends to suffer from road rage, maybe where has the road rage or ego rage happened in your life thus far? And has it helped you? Has it not helped you? And in what ways? So good reflection day today. And then we go into 7 Eastnab, which will be Saturday of next week. Susie says, snap, crackle, and pop again. Spirits, please let her speak. Yeah, Angela's like, please use the cards, not the mic. Okay, it's not too bad. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Gosh, I don't know. It's just really spirited around here. Hey, Billy, how are you? Okay, so Saturday of next week, we're going into 7 Eatsnab. Now, Eatsnab is known as the obsidian knife, which we have in spades over at Desert Cauldron. But the obsidian knife was something that was very special to the Mayans because it was not only used by surgeons, but it was used by warriors. So we know that a knife could be used to heal somebody, but it could also be used to harm someone. And so the number 7 is almost smack dab in the middle of the Tresena, making it a very powerful and transformative number. It could be seen as maybe the death card in the tarot, so number 13. But the number 7 is both life and death. It is both light and dark. It is positive as negative. It can be transmuted into anything that you wish. So if there's something that you're truly wishing to heal, Saturday is going to be a really good day to tap in and get you a little extra oomph. I wouldn't say save your healing until Saturday, but whatever it is that you're working on Saturday, know that you're going to have some extra energy behind it. But the same thing goes for if you, you know, let the ego go out of control, or if you allow the egos of others to affect you, it could affect you greatly, because that obsidian knife can also cut, it could also harm. So just make sure that, again, those energetic barriers are up, and make sure that you have focused intention on the things that you want to create, and also be aware of the energy that is being pointed towards you. You know, if it's not your energy, then send it right back. You know, if it's not for you, send it back. All right, so then we go into the herb of the week. Let's see, everybody's saying hello. Susie says, I'm burning sage in my room too to help now. Thank you, thank you. Angela said, obsidian is said to kill evil in some stories, not the body so much, but the evil within someone or something. Yeah. And Billy said, Portera, you sound like Dalek on Doctor Who. I know, I'm sorry. My microphone, the phone's microphone, it's all being used by spirit right now, so I don't know what else to do. Yeah, it's the family in the waiting room right now. Okay, so maybe my voice is, maybe I don't know, I can't hear myself the way you guys can hear me, but maybe I sound like Halloween spooky. Okay, herb of the week. Are you guys ready? Angela said, some of the crackles sound like love you, though it's kind of cute. Oh, that's amazing. It sounds like you have a Halloween voice changer on. Dude, you know what? I can dig that. Okay, I got Halloween voice today. Okay, we are going to be using some cacao this week. So I love chocolate, but we're talking about the unsugary, unsweetened form of chocolate. We're talking about the cacao, cacao seeds, cacao pods, cacao powder, which is what I like to add to like muffins and cakes and things like that. So it has a little bit of a chocolatey taste, but cacao is very bitter. It's not sweet at all. And actually, it has a whole lot of health benefits. When we add a ton of sugar, I think we eradicate those health benefits, but in its natural form, it's not only a powerful magical tool, but it's also a really beneficial health tool. Let's see. Susie's like, yay, cacao. Billy's like you're driving over bumpy ground. Okay, we're driving over bumpy roads today on the road of life. One imp. Angela says you should mix that with some cinnamon and cayenne. Oh, I have. When I've made hot chocolate, I put cayenne pepper. I put a little bit of cinnamon. Like, actually, I put a cinnamon stick, and it was freaking amazing. I don't know if you guys have made like true like Mexican chocolate. Oh, it is so good. It says it makes a great offering that way. Yes. And Annette said, cacao, you're speaking my language. Actually, you know what? Annette is really good at doing her cacao ceremonies. That is something that is very sacred to many cultures around the world. Angela said, yes, the best mix I found, and I usually don't drink coffee. It's half black coffee, half milk, and the cacao 2 spoons. Ooh, interesting, interesting. All right, and 1 stick of cinnamon. So, we'll start with the health benefits before we get into the magical side of things. Oh yeah, and then definitely add a little bit of sugar for the bitterness. Billy said, is it worth tucking your necklace to the inside of your shirt? Is the mic nudging that, or the fabric? Actually, it's even when I unplug it, it's just the mic. It's just, yeah. So, I mean,
Even when I do this, I still sound like I'm from another world. Okay, so cacao, packed with flavonoids. Some people call it flavonoids, but flavonoids are actually really good for brain health and heart health, which is why in magical practice, a lot of people use it for any sort of heart ceremony. So it helps with the blood pressure. It helps to improve blood flow to the brain and to the heart, and it also helps to prevent blood clots. It also helps with insulin sensitivity for staving off diabetes. So if you're somebody who is suffering for diabetes, or maybe you're pre-diabetic, you might want to think about adding a little bit of cacao, not sugary chocolate, but cacao into your nutrition. Although, of course, look within, with your higher self, make sure that you pass it through there first. So magically speaking, whenever I'm doing anything with the heart, especially like either my physical heart or my heart space, I want to use cacao. If I'm going through any doing healing work, and I want to do spell work, involving heart or healing the heart, opening up the heart, I will use a little bit of cacao for that and mix it in with my incense blends. But like Angela was saying, I also use it as an offering. Sometimes I'll just leave it out as the powder. Sometimes I will make it as a drink, more like a Mexican hot chocolate drink. So I'll put a little bit of sugar in there because it is quite bitter. But I do put the cayenne pepper, or sometimes just some chili pepper, and some cinnamon, and it makes a lovely hot chocolate, and maybe put a little bit of whipped cream on top. But you don't have to do that. And then, I'll leave some on my altar in like a little tiny glass for deity or spirit, and then I'll put a little bit for me too. So, all right, let's see. Let's go back here. Billy was saying, just a thought. Yep. And then Tansy, thank you. All right, you know what? So at the end of the chat today, I am definitely pulling a card for you. You let me know what your question will be, or since it seems like every spirit in the neighborhood, including your guys' spirit, seems to be in the room with me, if you want me to channel one of your spirit guides, or family or friends, I'd be more than happy to do so, because it is full. It is full. There's a waiting room in here. My apartment is full of spirit right now. And I don't know if my mic is fine now. I unplugged my actual microphone from the phone, so I don't know how you guys like the phone. I could always plug this back in if you guys want. Billy said, phew, I was late, so I didn't see the convo about it earlier on. Sending love. Hey, no worries, Billy. Angela said, feels full in my room to everything. Feels all squished together and warm. Yes. Billy said, I had 555 on the microwave just before I came on. You know what? We were getting all kinds of fives yesterday, and the day before as well. I think Sumi had pointed it out about all the fives. So that's about speed, quickness of things. And Tansy said, thank you. Yes, I would love to channel one of my spirit guides or family members. All right, you got it. The sound is shrill now, or brill now. Okay. Okay. Angela said 5 is halfway to a wish. Hey, there you go. Okay, so cacao, you guys. Maybe you want to cacao it up this week. I don't know. Okay, so let's go into the forecast. Are you guys ready? Do you have your decks? I know you guys mentioned, some of you guys busted out some amazing decks earlier. Let's use them now. Okay, so I'm just gonna unhook this, just since I'm not using it. Okay, so all decks are shuffled. I just want to do a little quick clearing. So I'm gonna do a little bit more sound clearing. I think I just need a little bit extra. Not that there's anything negative in the room right now, not that there's anything scary. It's just there's a lot of energy right now because there's a lot of you guys watching right now. So a lot of your energies are here, a lot of your spirit guides and stuff. So let's just get in the heart space here. All right. Let's see. Billy said, oh, boom. Just remember the significance of 555. Too late, hubby. Wonder if he's around here too. Probably is, because, dude, it is full of spirit right now. A lot of people are feeling it in their own individual homes. So I would say hubby's there. Heather, how are you? It says, good morning, darlings. Was lurking, listening, driving my son to his house to grab some stuff. His husband and him are splitting up. Please send some good energy to him. I just want to cry. All I can do is be here. Oh my goodness. Definitely. We'll send some good vibes. And Jamie said, Ghostbusters. Heck yeah. Butterfly said, Secrets of the Mystic Grove Oracle. I love that deck. Actually, it's sitting right within eyesight right now. And the Wild Unknown Tarot. Excellent. And Angela said, good vibes and positive energy and hugs. Yes, so we'll definitely send him lots of love his way. Okay. Okay, I am going to pull the theme card from my Wally's World Oracle. It's just, and I have put up my barrier. It's just there's so many spirits here. Wow. Susie said, Jackie loved her reading. Thank you so much, beautiful friend. Silver Star. Ah. Annette says, using the Somnia Tarot and Death Doula Oracle today. And Angela said, I already pulled one from each. I got Shadow Self and Obedience. Oh, what an interesting shadows. And Heather said, thank you all so much. I know it happens. It just sucks. It does. You know, it doesn't make it any easier. But at least we have some solace in knowing that we can all be here for each other when sucky things like that happen, especially to, you know, our children, our loved ones, and things like that. So Angela said, the Shadow Self is from the Vintage Wisdom. I love that deck. A woman in a long gown standing near a gateway of shadowy stairs. And Billy said, the last day of Mercury retrograde too. Thank the goddess. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I feel like I just have to mention, I have a lot of grandmas in this room right now. So a lot of feminine energy. There are a lot of females in here right now. There's a dog in here. Somebody's bird is in here. One snake. Some other dog. So there's actually two dogs. One little boy. And one dad. And then there's a bunch of others, but I can't discern gender or anything else. But anyway, so those are all the people that are here right now. Let's see. Angela said, Obedience from the House of Night is a woman in a red dress and a red blindfold with a sword and scales. Lisa pulled St. Joseph, Divine Creation. Angela said, the sword is being moved from down to upright. My light is now dimming and brightening itself. Okay. Billy said, totally. Susie said, I knew it. Grandma Margaret or Dorothy. Okay. And Jamie said, wow, I'm wearing a top my grandma got me before she passed. That is cool. Dude, like I said, there's a lot of women in here right now. A lot of grandmas. Angela said, my great-grandmother, a lot of the ancestors I work with are divine feminine side of my family tree. And Billy's like, ooh, squishy hugs if the birds is my canary. It was a yellow bird. I can't say that it was a canary because I actually haven't, I've never seen like a wild canary, but it was a yellow bird. So could possibly have been a canary. Susie, thank you so much. I'll definitely be pulling a card for you at the end of the chat. Maybe even connect with a loved one. I mean, house is full, so they're all here. Okay, so theme card. I'm gonna pull a theme card from Wally's World. Angela said, how I read this is now that it is time to catch your shadows and they are going to listen to you. You are protected on whatever journey you are taking. Don't be scared. Exactly. Don't be scared. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me put the other cards away so I can show you the card that popped out. Silver Star said, my lights have started doing that in every room. I'm in, lights will turn on and off or flicker. Yeah, my ring light is kind of going dark light, which is why it's affecting like how you guys see my face. I'm like washed out and then I'm fine. Angela said, if the dog was a Yorkie, I was thinking more Scotty dog, but maybe that is Yorkie. Okay, so yeah, maybe it was your dog. Likely one of mine. I have 3 that passed over Yorkies. Okay, all right, well, they're all here. Billy said, Lou was yellow. And I just got tingles up and down my legs as you said that. Silver Star, thank you. Yes, I'll definitely be either maybe pulling a card or maybe channeling one of these spirits hanging out in my apartment. Butterfly said, vibe check for the week, seeking knowledge. Angela, I have a candle going. Its flame keeps dancing and pointing toward my door. Angela, do you want to see what the card is as you said that? It's a ginormous door. This is actually the door of the Vatican when I was in Rome. I thought I would just show you that. This is the theme card for this week. Butterfly said, same card as the last time I pulled from this deck. Interesting. Wow. So my ring light was like, it's still doing it. It's doing this fade in, fade out, but it was almost like it was Morse code there for a second, and my ear is just ringing out of control. Wow. That is so cool. Oh my goodness. It's doing it again. Wow. Susie's like, ooh. Angela's like, oh wow. And Susie said the theme is the door. And to me, this is, I mean, here you have this little girl kind of going through the door, I guess, to catch up with her parents here. Yeah, so let's dive into this theme. This feels like this entire week, I know we all have tons of things going on in our life. Obviously, we're all from different backgrounds, we're all from different parts of the world, we got different life stuff coming up. But the one major theme this week, no matter what it is that you have going on, whether it's joyful, whether it's, you know, kind of crummy, like, you know, Silver Star's son's going through some stuff, know that it is so thin, that veil. And actually, you know, it's really that everything always is here with us. It's just our ability to see and feel and experience that energy is just heightened during this time. You know, our little meat selves that we're in, our little human self sometimes is rather dense. You know, the third dimension is very dense. But our light body, it being such a high vibration, we can sometimes tap into that light body so much we can overcome the thickness of our meat suit so that we can feel all the energies that have always been around us. Hence, we call it the thinning of the veil. And so this week, if you really do want to call on your spirit guides, crossed over family members, your fur babies, your feathery babies, and somebody who has a snake, your scaly babies, just know that they're always there, and it will be easier for you to feel them, for you to hear them and listen to their guidance, especially this weekend and beyond, not just this week. And it's not that, you know, sometimes you say, well, sometimes I call out for them and I don't hear them. It's not that they're not there. It just may be difficult for you to hear through this 3D suit that you're wearing, which is why, you know, we got to go into the heart space if we want to hear those messages, because in that energetic realm is where our true listening ears lie. So, okay, so this week, again, that doorway, which is what I'm really getting with the flashing of my ring light, which I can see with my eyes closed. I can see the light kind of like going in and out. Yeah, you guys need to call on somebody. Yeah, who are you gonna call? Not Ghostbusters, but actually call on the spirits. We don't want Ghostbusters really. Yeah, dude, all kinds of spirit energy this week. The door is open. All you have to do is ask. All right, dude. Okay, let's go back here. Billy said, nice sip then. Susie said, Lisa said, Dion Fortune, ceremony. Butterfly, would you mind channeling a message from whomever chooses to come forward for me? I would love to. So yeah, looks like I'm excited. Towards the end of the chat, we're going to do a ton of channeling. So we are going to get all these people that are waiting in the waiting room for you guys. And yeah, I would love to channel those messages. Angela said, my family is mostly Catholic, though I have witchy ancestors, so I'm the only family witch this generation. Susie said, sending love to your son, Heather. Good vibes to him, always in love and light. And Lisa said, the veil, it really is thin at the moment. I'm loving it. Me too. Avery, hey, how are you? October love. Heather said, thank you so much, Susie. Really appreciate you so much. Angela pulled 2 from the House of Night, 2 from Vintage Wisdom. It's funny the way they wanted to be set looks like a bridge. And thank you, Heather. She's reminding people to smash the like button if you guys are digging this chat. Okay, so let's pull from the Tarot del Toro. And let's see, Angela said, since the Vintage Wisdom are a bit bigger than the House of Night. Oh, there goes the light again. Good Lord. Billy's like, that's beautiful. So many tingles right now. It's been hard to connect thanks to medication. Oh no. Well, you know what? I'd say tap into the energy of this chat because there's a, oh, girl, there's a lot of energy going on in here. Angela said, protection reversed, fledgling self-worth and strength upright. And Billy loves the Vintage Wisdom cards. Me too. That's it's one of my favorite decks. Actually, one of my older decks, you know, that I've had. Okay, I kind of like want to put my microphone back in, but I'm like afraid that it's just gonna mess everything up even more. Okay. So here's the deck. It is a pip deck, but what I think is cool is these were actually, this is all carved into wood, and of course it's been photographed, but it makes everything just like so unique. You know, this person carved it like that, but dude, that's so cool. Silverstar says, I forgot sometimes I had to welcome for my girl Tara. Hey. Angela said, protection reverse doesn't worry me. Billy, I can feel the tingles. So many tickly tingles. I got you on that one. Angela said, feels like someone who isn't reaching for protection. Susie pulled nature from the Wisdom Oracle. And Angela said, fledgling is the reason they're sort of in that young and foolish phase. Self-worth reverse says why they know they need to help, but they feel ashamed to ask for it. And Susie said, and she looks like my grandma when she was young. Oh, so awesome. Okay, so let me pull a few cards here. I'm just gonna have them face down. I'll show them, well, actually, we'll all see them in just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna put these back in the box here. There we go, just so they're out of the way. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and turn these over then. First card, we have the 3 of Wands. Angela said maybe they had a bigger mouth last time they spoke with their guides. Strength upright says it's okay to ask for help if you feel you need to say, sorry, do it. Oh, if you need to say sorry, then do it, yes. All right, so 3 of Wands for this week. Ooh. We got the Queen of Blades. We have the Emperor. Angela said protection is there if you ask people on the other side are a bit more understanding than you think. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, Heather said it's 11:44 where she is. Hey! Been seeing a lot of the 11:11, the 5s, 11:44, 4:44. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, you guys, is freaking amazing. Okay, so let me just see if we have any things that are standing out with these cards. Okay, so we have 1 major arcana, we have 1 court card, and 2 minors. We don't have any repeating numbers here, but we have a Pentacles suit, we have a Wands card, and we have Swords. So we're missing Cups. So just know that the water element is missing for this week. And then with Emperor energy, you know, that's that Aries energy. We get a lot of that fire element. So it's almost like a double dose of fire. And then we have air and earth. But yeah, missing the water element. And there goes my ring light again. Okay. And that's just how it's going to be. All right. So let me go inwards and yeah, get our messages for us. Let's see. Angela said same. Susie said 9/11 and 3/11 lately. Well, the 9/11, that's just always been there for like a few years now. But yeah, 9/11 is just like my number. Silver Star said the number 1144 can be a sign that you're ready for that next phase. Alternatively, given the themes of independence and self-reliance, it can also encourage you to make sure you're staying true to yourself in your relationship and not leaning into codependent habits or behaviors. Love it. And Angela said the water element is missing. Where did my pinchy crabs go? I know. Okay, so let's go into this one. So again, it was the Three of Wands, it was the Queen of Swords, the Emperor, and the Eight of Pentacles. This seems oddly familiar, this layout of cards, as if it's almost similar to a reading we did for the zodiac signs. By the way, tonight we have the last zodiac signs, and that's for the air element. But we've already done fire, we've already done earth, we've already done water, and it seems like this exact card layup was for one of those signs. I just can't remember. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. So for this week, you know, we had that theme card of doorway that we can ask for help this week. You know, we can not only for the help of, you know, friends and family on this earthly plane, but we can ask for help from our spirit guides, crossed over ancestors. We can even ask help from our past life self. So don't forget that your spirit basically is fragmented into a lot of different energies right now. So you can even call on yourself. You can call on your future self. You can call on your past self because our energy is basically everywhere. So know that you can do that. You can also call on, you know, the help of your fur babies and feathery babies and so on and so forth. Anything and everything is there. Anything that you would like somebody or something to come help you with, it can be there. So I see that with the Three of Wands, kind of like looking out for guidance. I need some help, you know, with the things I'm working on, hence the Eight of Pentacles. It doesn't have to be things at work, but basically what you're working on in this earthly plane, which also connects to one Ib, which is the beginning of the this Trecena in Mayan astrology, the road of life. So a lot of life path stuff is beginning this week, where we're really having a focus on where your life is going, what you would like to do with your life, and that transcends beyond, you know, career and you know, all of that stuff. But it's like, what do I want from me personally? How do I want to feel? How do I want to be, you know, for me and for my family? What are some of the core things that I think would best benefit us? And so I see you kind of asking and kind of looking for the answer, searching from your higher self, ancestors, whatever it may be, and the energy that is coming through. Sometimes can be hard to hear if our ego is in the way, because we may have, even if consciously we're like, yes, you know, I do believe in spirit guides and things like that, sometimes there might be a little bit of leftover programming that may have us question ourselves, like maybe that wasn't my ancestor, maybe that wasn't my spirit guide, and we have to use our intuition on that. We can't rely on the ego to tell us if what we're hearing is real or not, because the ego has no intuition. So if it doesn't exist on the earthly plane, the 3D plane, the ego is going to say no, what you're hearing is not correct. Because in 3D, no, all of that stuff doesn't exist, but we know that there's more than 3D, hence where the higher self comes in. And when we step into that, we step into our power, hence the Emperor card that I'm feeling. So This is all about standing in your power, and your powerhouse is actually in the heart, which is the higher self. So if you're looking for a little bit of extra help, the help is there for you. Just make sure that you turn the ego off so that you can listen and hear those messages and filter them through your higher self and see if they resonate with you. Take that information and move forward. So you can get a lot of help this week. There's a lot here for you. And I feel like it's not just this week, and it's actually not just this month, but moving on as well. There's a lot there for you. It's just tapping into your other ears and your other eyes to help you out with this. All right. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I missed some of those comments. Angela said, vintage wisdom wanted the floor. I left fledgling and strength out, laying slightly on top of each other to encourage connection of these two energies. I feel like they need it. I got dreams reversed and adventure and new beginnings. Susie said, nice. I have peace on the bottom of the deck, a mother and child like a Madonna, and a little lamb. Angela said, dream is one of my favorite images. It's a beautiful goddess woman with a halo disc behind her head that appears to be beautiful portal. When you look close, she's standing serenely watching. I feel the reverse means this connection needs more focus. Perhaps someone needs to connect to their divine feminine more, or, divine in general. Take a day to clear connection. Perhaps a new bond coming, or an injured bond that maybe needs tending to. It's a very caring energy. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. It's beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Let's go into the elemental reading. So that's where the charms come in. So the elemental reading is based on the elements in your Western zodiac chart. So, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, all of the zodiac signs. Are you more of the earthly, zodiac signs, watery zodiac signs, air zodiac signs, fire? That's what these charms are going to be for. Okay, so let's actually start with Earth, since we just did Earth signs last night. And actually it was so cool. My friend Tone was actually watching my chat. So I was like, yay! Because him and his wife Tamika and their boys, they're like, it's mostly, I would say, except for maybe Trey, mostly a house of Earth. They're all Earth, like all Earth signs. It's so interesting. Angela said, adventure is a woman riding butterfly in front of the Eiffel Tower. New beginnings is a woman playing with her child. Both indicate pursuing this will be a positive. Excellent. Okay, Earth signs. Let's pull a little charm for you. Oh. Their boys are so cool. They are adorable. Those are my godchildren. Okay, so Earth signs. Whoa, there you go. You guys got the letter U. So I would say dive into your intuition. What does this mean for you? Maybe it means you, as in you, Y-O-U. But it could also stand for a person's name, a particular word that comes to mind. For some reason, I was thinking of the name Umberto, so I don't know if there's that Umberto out there, or maybe that's actually in here. I don't know. Susie said handsome. Yes. Well, yes, I guess they are turning into young men. But I don't know. Trey and Tyson are still kind of, because Trey just turned 13. Tyson is now 12. Oh my goodness. Angela said discernment fell out as you pulled the charm. And Susie said, you love Earth. Oh. And Silverstar said lurking but present. Okay, so let me dive into this you, but of course I want you to use your intuition on this one, especially when it comes to like numbers and letters. Angela said they look like a trio of goddesses. I call them goddesses, but they have a halo. They're in kimono-like dresses. I don't know if the garments are kimonos, and appear to be from the Orient. Um, Susie's like, look away. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so let's dive into this one. Okay, Earth signs, it is, especially this week, a time to go inward. So I was actually seeing like under the bridge. I know Angela was had pulled some cards earlier about something looking like a bridge. Um, and I think it's time to kind of go under the bridge. And I was also thinking of Red Hot Chili Peppers, like Under the Bridge. Beautiful song, sad song actually, but with that bridged connection, you know, these portals being open, and our sensitivity being heightened to the point where we can physically almost feel all the other energies that always surround us on a daily basis from other dimensions and realms. And as this bridged connection is being made, this is a wonderful time to also go within and see how we can utilize our newfound knowledge and the knowledge that we're getting from our ancestors and guides and, you know, all of these energies from beyond to help us with our journey now and with our healing journey. So it's kind of allowing your own spirit to speak to you, as well as the spirits that are always readily around you to help you, making sure that you're running it through your higher self, making sure that all the messages that are coming through are for your best and highest good. But this is a time to kind of go under that bridge while all of these energies are passing back and forth, you know, with all kinds of messages. Being able to discern and pick from these messages which ones are going to help me personally where I am right now. And so this is going to take a little bit of a turn off for the ego so that you can take this in for, again, your best and highest good. All right, there we go. Hey, there we go. All right, so that is for our earth signs. Angela said they speak no evil, hear no evil, and yes, see no evil. So I try and see past events and look at the positive. Negative is not helping. It's going to drag you down. Don't gossip or reflect before you act. And Susie said, listening, a beautiful woman staring off, two birds, little birds. Aww. Or, so four birds. And Angela said, beautiful. All right. So let's go into water signs. Okay. Water signs for this week. What do we got? Okay. We're just going to be pulling letters, I suppose. So, there we go. We have the letter Y. Y. So, yeah, we have Y. Hold on, I'm trying to get it so it's not so bright. Anyway, maybe you go like this. No, no, okay. Anywho, so if the letter Y means anything to you, could be a name, could be actually asking why, and could also be the number of the letter it is in the alphabet as well. But let's dive into this and what this means for our water signs. Why? Okay, so here we go. Water signs. Okay, water signs. So this week might be a little intense energetic, just because a lot of water signs tend to also be extremely empathic. Not that other signs can't be empathic, but I would say as a majority, many water signs are. And so they tend to feel a lot, they take on a lot of people's, you know, energy and stuff like that. And so it's of the utmost importance that they have energetic shields and things like that to keep from being drained by groups of people and, you know, loved ones that, you know, they may be very close with. but I was kind of actually seeing the Y as being like a yacht, you know, being on a yacht in this expanse of ocean with all this energy, the energy being the ocean. And instead of deciding that you're drowning in all of this energy, like, help me, save me, you know, and so just throw me a freaking life raft here, you know. It's like, instead, let's utilize all this energy to our benefit, hence being on a nice yacht, you know, where you're just kind of cruising along, you're just chilling, and like, wow, it's a beautiful day out today. So try and use the energy here to your advantage. You know, it could be very easy for us to take a look at everything and say all the things that are going wrong and say all the negative feelings that you have. Of course, I'm not saying to ignore those things, you know, have a look into them, but maybe don't live in that energy. Instead, let's see how we can transmute some of these things. Can we go around some of these things? Can we get help with some of these things? Maybe help from your human friends. Maybe we can get some help from the energetic realm. But use it so that you can sail through this week instead of drown through this week. The choice really is yours. You just have to be cognizant of how you're allowing the energy to affect you. Okay, so that's what I'm getting with that little letter Y. Hey, there we go. Hey. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back here. Susie says, you look fine. I was telling Heather to lurk away. Angela said, we have ancestors reversed, a young child in a daisy crown holding faded lilies. One has color, and she's standing in front of a portal that looks like a portrait of two older people that look related to her. I'm not worried about the reversal. It feels like drawing attention to the connection that's needed. Adjust the energy to connect. They have love and want to talk to you. Oh yeah, that's right. And Susie was saying that her name means lily. Oh, I do remember that. Adventure anyone to Paris, a woman at the Eiffel Tower. And Billy said, really resonates. Thanks, very welcome. And Angela, I pulled the adventure earlier. Isn't it so pretty? And Moon was also saying it does. It looks like the Eiffel Tower upside down. Dude, that is the Eiffel Tower. That is so cool. Maybe anybody going to France, maybe going to Paris. And Susie said 1922, August 5th on the post stamp. Again, the number 5. That's crazy. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, if you add up 1922, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. Again with the 5s. 1922 is a number 5. That is crazy. That is crazy. Okay, crazy, awesome. It is for all of us. Excellent. Okay, let's look into fire. All right, my fire signs out there. So Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, you guys. Okay, I got a charm. I got a charm. I got a charm. I got a charm. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, you guys got radical. And this almost looks like in the format of Rugrats. You guys ever see that like little cartoon? I didn't. Me and my brother used to watch Rugrats. Anyway, it says radical. All right, so let's see what this means for our fire signs. Okay. Okay, so what was coming through is, you know, when I mean, I guess nowadays in a more hip, colloquial way, we say radical, as in like, oh, like that's something cool. But originally, we use the word rad, a short version of the word radical, to talk about something that is entirely different, not the norm. It is almost maybe taboo, but kind of, you know, outside of normal society. It is radical. It is different. It is a new way of thinking or a new way of acting or being. And nowadays we look at something being radical, something that is different, a new idea or a way of being, as cool. We use radical as cool. It's, you know, like saying, oh, your shirt is radical, meaning it's cool, it's different, it's unique. And so fire signs, I want you guys to embrace the radical within you. You know, being radical can be very cool, but you're going to have to do things that are outside of convention, things that are not normal, so to speak, not the average way of going about and doing things. So if you've been feeling very unsure about some of the new things that you're trying or a life path that you're going on, maybe you're making a very radical move, know that if you're being led for your best and highest good, continue to be led by that higher self. Continue being led by your heart, because it's hard to be radical if you keep yourself confined in the box that people wish you to stay in. And actually, there was something I posted on Instagram about that. Being a conformist, conforming to the way people want you is a surefire way to be unhappy with yourself, because you're not yourself. You're being rather fake. You're being something for someone else and not something for yourself. So be radical, be rad, step outside the norm, follow your higher self. If other people have a problem with it, that's where their growth and their shadows lie. And maybe you are going to help them to see those shadows through your being radical, which also is a way to help them heal themselves. All right. So fire signs, be rad, be radical. Okay, so let's go back here. Silver Star says, I love the little rascals. Angela said, another reverse this time. It's enchantment. It's a mermaid sitting on a beach in the moonlight. The whole card appears to be a portal bordered by pansies. And Moon Sherry says, it looks like a Rugrats theme. Excuse me. Angela said, my great-grandmother's favorite flower is the pansy. Aww. Time to do some workings if you do workings. Lily said, radical makes me think of Ninja Turtles. Also, there was a juggling club called a Radical Fish, which was especially beautiful and elegant. Aww. Angela said, again, reversal, don't worry. You just drawing attention, time to work for some magic if you want to do that with your ancestors. My great-grandmother indicating she likely wants the floor for the read, and I'm okay with that. Susie said, new beginnings, a nude woman lifting a baby. Angela said, she's the reason I turned out who I am today. Love her. That's amazing. Yeah, spirits are here indeed. Yes, Susie. And Silverstar says, leave it to fire signs to be a rebel. Yes, you guys, lead the charge, lead the charge. Okay, let's look at our air signs. Hey, air signs, that's me. A lot of air over here. James was making some fun about being airheads. Airheads are a freaking awesome candy, and it was a great movie. Nothing wrong with a little air up there. Okay, air. I'm digging deep. Okay, I got it. What is that? Oh, I'm like, what am I looking at here? Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it. This is a cave. So air signs, you got a cave. Interesting. At first I thought it was a helmet, then I thought it was a brain. No, it's a cave. Okay. All right, so let's see what this means for the air signs. I hear go towards the darkness. Go towards where there is a lack of light. So on our property, we have a lot of sandstone where there, a long time ago, there used to be a lake. And so therefore there's a lot of little caves and little pockets in the sandstone. And of course I have a little bit of trepidation going into some of those caves because I don't know if there's mountain lions hanging out in there or there's snakes hanging out in there. But if we take this to be more symbolic, the thought of entering a dark cave when you don't know what's in there could be rather scary. And I think the same can be said for our shadows. When there's a lack of light, we might tend to avoid looking at certain shadows or certain places that need healing because I don't know what's lurking in there. I don't know if it's going to be scary. I don't know what's going to jump out at me. So it's really that uncertainty, the I don't know factor that may keep us from looking into the darkest parts of ourselves. But we have to shed that light because there isn't any light there at the moment. Remember that you are a light worker, you're a light being. We all are. And so, if we can go into those places, even though we're scared, but we go anyway, knowing that we're bringing the light, we need to shed light on those aspects of ourselves, because maybe it might be a little scary. Maybe something is there that is an aspect of ourselves that we may not like too much about ourselves, but we have to shed light on it so we can understand it, so we can listen to it, and so we can transmute it, so that we can heal it, so that we basically clear the cave. If you confront your monsters, you go in there and you see, maybe there are snakes in there, maybe there is a bear in there, maybe there's a mountain lion. But what does the bear's medicine have for you? What does the mountain lion want to teach you? What does snake want to teach you? And now they have not become your enemies, but these creatures are now your friends. And if you can make friends with that, if you can learn from them, there's a wisdom from that, then those scary things tend to disappear. And now there's a light in the cave. It's no longer dark. So air signs, this is a week for you guys to go into the darkest parts of yourself, the parts that maybe are really uncomfortable to acknowledge, maybe some things that you consider dark that you've done in the past and you don't want to revisit it, but you know what, it's just going to nag you. It's going to continually be that place that I'm a little fearful of, and it'll just remain there. But if we can put some light into there, we can heal it. You don't have to be afraid of it anymore, and it's something that doesn't bother you anymore. So this is a wonderful time to, I think, begin that process this week. So go into the cave, air signs. Go into the cave. Let's see. Let's go back here. Moon Sherry said, yay, Libra. Susie said, cave. Ooh. Moon Sherry was like, feeling like a hermit these days. Yes. And Billy, yes, these are the Rory's story cubes, open to interpretation. Susie said, air, stellium, Gemini, sun, Gemini, midheaven, Saturn in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini. And Angela said, listening came up for me, and beauty reversed, air signs. You might be getting some hard to swallow pills, some medicine with no sugar, some bitter cacao, but it's okay. It's medicine you need. Listen to the medicine and the messages. It may be hard to hear, but it'll help you in the long run. Wow. Susie said scatterbrained. Yes, I think I looked like her when I was younger, Angela, her hair. And Angela said, listening is a beautiful woman in a gown dress with 4 birds around her and the wings of a gold finch draped over her shoulders, disguised as sleeves. Wow. And Susie said, I have Cappy Moon to ground. And Silver Star said, brain scrambles. I bet, Susie, why you get scattered with all that air makes you smart, why you're in your head a lot. As an Aries, I understand being in the heart. Angela said, listening is a beautiful woman in a pink gown with a beautiful bouquet of flowers, where her hair should be, surrounded by spring flowers. It may take you time to sort out the bitter medicine, air sign, but it will end beautifully inside and out. Billy said, talking of animal guides, I've been visited often by a woodpecker, a great spotted woodpecker. Wonder what the message is. Interesting. It's calling a lot, so maybe persistence and use your voice. I think so, yeah. I've actually seen a few woodpeckers, up at the property. They're kind of pecking on the more of the pinyon pines, I think. But yeah, definitely persistence. They also have to break past a really hard exterior in order to get to their nutrients, their nutrition, their food. Hence why they're, pecking holes into things. So Billy, that could also be getting past something that has been in place for a really long time and trying to get to the meat of things, trying to get to the core, getting past this facade. So yeah, definitely lots of stuff to work on this week. And Angela said woodpeckers are symbolic of drilling through problems without taking down the whole forest. Symbolic of getting through problems without excessive damage or backlash. Exactly. I can dig it. Okay. All right. So air signs and myself, we got our work cut out for us this week. Okay. So let me put this away. And we're going into our special questions. So heck yeah, we're busting out the Tricker Tarot. And the special question is something that I posted on Thursday for the public. I posted 4 questions, and the public got to vote on the question they wanted to see in today's live chat. I did the same for my YouTube members, and I did the same for Patreon. One of the perks of being on Patreon and as a YouTube member is that you get extra votes, basically. So if it's pretty close in the public forum, I start adding in the votes for YouTube members and from Patreon, and oftentimes that ends up swaying what the final question will be for our live chat. I mean, they get other stuff as well, but that's one of the perks. And Billy said, ooh, nice. Thanks, everyone. Very welcome. All right, so this deck, dude, this deck is everything. So here is the question that you guys voted on. It was interesting because the YouTube members, you guys all voted for the same question. And then my Patreon didn't vote for what you guys voted for, but they all voted, all of them, for a different question, but it seemed to be more spread out amongst the public. But here was the winning vote, and here's the winning question. What do I need to howl or release at this time? So just like a wolf howling at the moon, releasing its voice, letting it know, or letting its comrades and friends know where it is through its howl, connecting with each other. It's releasing that voice in order to be heard. So what do you need to howl or release at this time? All right, let's find out. Angela said, I need that deck. Is it still in print? I'm not sure. This comes from Duck Soup Productions. If they don't have it in stock on their Etsy site, go to their actual website, because I think it's Duck Soup and Tarot by 7. The prices are cheaper on their website than it is on Etsy, because Etsy has crazy fees for story or shop folks. So you may find cheaper things on the website. So go to Duck Soup Productions, and they have more of a selection there too, because I don't think they want to pay all the listing fees for having stuff on Etsy. So yeah, go to their website. Okay. Susie said, howl, ow, makes me think of the Shakira song. She-wolf. Silver Star said, I get so excited for these. Butterfly says, it's $99 on their site. Okay, I guarantee you I did not pay $99 for this deck. Wow. Angela got freedom reversed. Oh, dang. I need to clarify this one. Okay, so let's see here. What do I need to howl or release? Ow. These are some big cards. I like unusually sized decks. Okay. What do I need to howl, release? What do I need? Okay, I have my card. All right, so let's put these back in their little box there. Ta-da! And let's see what we got. Again with the Queen of Swords. Dude, you guys had the Queen of Blades earlier, but we have it again. I love the little kitty with the Halloween and the little witchy hat. There's just so much going on in these cards. I think it's excellent. Angela said, I drew as clarifiers Celebration Reversed and Kindred Spirits. Butterfly said the second edition is $79. Oh my goodness. My. Well, you know, I know that there's everything just like costs more to make and more to ship, so that could also be why the cost of the deck has risen. My goodness. Okay, so let's tap into this one. What do I need to howl or release? We need to release the notion that there's only one way to do things. Like, it's my way or the highway. It's this way or it's just not going to happen. Let's take, for instance, let's see. I'm trying to think of a scenario. Oh, okay. Let's say you need a new car. And in your brain, The only way you're going to get a new car is if you take out a huge loan. I'm gonna have to take on a second job because I can't afford a new car right now. I'm gonna have to work more to make the money to get that new car, or I'm gonna have to win the lottery. But basically, that's the only way a new car is going to come to me, or a car is going to come to me, is if I take another job, if I work harder and try to make more money, I take out a massive loan, or I win the lottery. That's the only way. Now, from a 3D perspective, from your ego's perspective, okay, yeah, that's the only way. But we know that obviously, as we feel all the energies that are around us at this time, we know that there's more going on this planet and in this and within our dimension, within all the dimensions, than this 3D realm. So that means there must be another way to bring in that vehicle that you want. Okay, so now we know that we're magical manifestors. I can bring that towards me, but if I put parameters and say that the only way that vehicle can happen is by X, Y, or Z, then you are setting that intention and you are making that possible. You're saying that, yes, the only way I can get it is X, Y, or Z. You've now limited yourself, and as a magical manifester, you can do that. You can limit yourself if you want to, but it's going to make it very hard for you to get the things that you want. So one thing to release is that idea, well, actually your ego's ideas, that there is only one way or two ways or three ways to get the thing that you want. Another way of going about this is, I need a car, and a car will come to me. I don't know how it's going to come to me. I don't know if it's going to require money. I don't know if somebody's just going to gift me a car. I don't know if it'll be something that comes to me in exchange for something. I have no idea. All I know is that I am going to continue doing what I'm doing. I will be open to the opportunities that present themselves to me. I'm going to have my third eye open. I'm going to be moving and looking at things through my higher self. And through that energy, I will bring that car towards me. You may also want to look within and say, okay, are there any blockages that may block me from obtaining this vehicle? And if there are, when you do your inner work, your little hermit work, we say, okay, there are some blockages. Well, I want to remove those because I want that car to come to me. So we work on those blockages, and it's all done in the energetic realm. From an outside perspective, from a purely logical 3D perspective, that may seem silly, but remember that your 3D logic doesn't have a higher self. It can't see the energetic realm. It doesn't understand how that works, but you do, because you're not just human, you're a multidimensional being. So what we need to release is the idea that we can't have certain things. The only way you can't is if you say you can't. So we need to start looking at things from a broader perspective. So it's time to release that so that we can start creating some real magic in our lives. All right, let's go back here to some awesome readings that you guys did. A butterfly was saying, oh, it's $73. Dude, that's still a lot. Angela said, again, reversed isn't bothering me. They rarely do. I read empathically. So a reverse card really depends on the reader itself, how it is. Billy said, had to laugh, just went to Duck Soup's site and they were talking about how not shipping to Russia, etc. Then send your complaints to Putin. Oh my goodness. Angela said, freedom is a woman in a pink gown reaching out her hand to let a dove land on her finger. Butterfly says, they do have a variety of decks, and the Trick or Tarot price seems to depend on the version you get. Didn't look too deeply on your mileage may vary. Angela said, celebration reverse is a woman with the long hair, all in pink, and the gown and veil trimmed in roses. She's surrounded by blue butterflies. Kindred Spirits has two women from the Orient in a scene surrounded in glass and a large butterfly on top. Again, the spirits want to bless us all. They want to celebrate with us. They want the connections drawn, attention to, we are here all the time, not just October. Please work with us all the time. Call us anytime. And Susie said, good messages. Yes. Angela says, we have forever. Our time isn't limited or linear. Relax. You aren't bothering us. That's awesome. So if anyone feels like you're bugging your guides, I'm usually one who feels that way. Release that feeling. They're not bothered at all. Release that disconnect. And Susie said, can someone remind me who was the first super chatter? Oh yeah, we have to go back and see those because that's coming up soon. Yeah, I wanted to write everyone down. It was Tansy. I think Tansy was the very first super chat. Okay, going on, we're actually into the viewers poll. So everybody who's in the chat today, you have a chance to vote. So it doesn't matter if you came in right now or you came in earlier, anybody who's in the chat. So here are the two questions I came up with. I kind of based it off of the Mayan date, but also just kind of the energy that's going on here right now. Silver Star was saying beautiful messages. I agree, a lot of awesome messages that you guys are having come through. Okay, so how we vote during the chat. The first question that I read, if that's a question that you really vibe with and you want me to pull a card on it, I'm going to have you vote with a red heart emoji. All you have to do is put a red heart emoji or type the words red heart. Now for the second question, if you like that one better, vote with a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. All right, so I'll give you guys time to vote, but let me read you guys the questions first. And then I'll play a little Jeopardy music via me. Billy said, that's beautiful. Thanks, Angela. Yes, thank you so much, Angela. And all of you guys that have been coming through with some awesome messages. Okay, question number 1. How can I honor the guardian spirits today? I say that because today is the feast of the guardian spirits. So it's honoring our spirit guides and helpers, everybody who energetically is helping us on our path right now. So how can you honor the guardian spirits today? So vote with a red heart or type the words red heart if that's what you want me to pull a card on. Question 2. In what way has my ego injured more than helped me? Okay, because sometimes we need to see that before we start listening to it. Okay, so that is for a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. All right, again, the questions are, how can I honor the guardian spirits today for a red heart? Or in what way has my ego injured me more than helped me for a green heart? Okay, all right, vote away, vote away. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, I see a lot of votes coming in. I'm pulling out the Divine Muses Oracle. Give me just a moment here. I don't want the title card to be inside the deck. So okay, so here are the backs of those cards. Dude, these cards are freaking awesome. Kind of almost like the vintage wisdom oracle. All right, so it looks like we have our votes. And continue voting if you haven't voted yet. Angela says, I'm setting all the cards we've drawn aside. They're gonna sit on my altar for a few days. That sounds awesome. All right, so Billy coming in with the red heart. How can I honor the guardian spirits today? Billy's got a red heart. Tansy's got a red heart. Moon Sherry, oh, my light is going in and out, has a green heart. Angela with a red heart. The light is really flickering. Susie, red heart. Butterfly, red heart. Liesel, red heart. Billy, it says green heart. And what has my ego injured me more than helped me? Yes. Silver Star, red heart. And oh yeah, and so Billy has also a red heart. Okay, so we have basically 7 red hearts to 1 green heart. Okay, so I guess we're going with red hearts. Either way, it's a win-win. Okay, so again, the question for the red hearts, because it looks like red hearts for the win. How can I honor the guardian spirits today? All right, you guys are ready? Let's do this. How can I honor the guardian spirits today? we're gonna go with those as they just flew out. So it looks like we're gonna do more than one card. All right, interesting. We have Eternal Student. Yes, red it is. Billy's like, that made counting easy, didn't it? Yes. So we have Eternal Student. So this is almost like a Hierophant card. And then we have the Sin Eater. Oh, poor little goat. Eats up everything in sight. Which is a good thing, I guess, if you have lots of weeds. Silver Star says, that was a tough choice. They were both really good questions. Okay. So again, Eternal Student and Sin Eater. Let's see how this correlates with how we can honor our guardian spirits today. Again, that's our spirit guides and helpers. Okay, let me go into these. Okay. So in honoring them today, it doesn't matter if you know, light a candle, or you make them a special meal, or maybe even put out some cacao as an offering. You know, all of those things are lovely, but what they want is the heart connection. You know, they want to be able to help. So although the externals, the gifts that you give them are nice, it's a nice gesture, they really just want to work with you. So it's when you work with them that they feel truly honored, because it's kind of like they're just there in the waiting. They're in the wings, and they're like, hey, we're waiting. You just calling us. All you have to do is calling us, and you don't even need to know their name. It's the intention. I need help. Spirit guides, I need help. Those of you that are for my best and highest good, I need help. And then they're there. They're like, what do you need help with? So today, if you want to call on them, again, if you want to call them by name, you can, but it's not important. I don't feel that they get so hung up on names like we do here on planet Earth, because theirs is an energetic realm. So it's the energy of your thinking that brings them in. And with the Eternal Student, it's having that connection where they can learn from you, because you're living a 3D existence right now. That's something that they don't have at the moment. So they can learn a lot from you, but you can learn a lot from them because they have shed the body, or perhaps some of them never had a body in the first place. So they can shed some light onto you and your realm that may give you a perspective that's harder to see because you're in human form right now. So I would say open yourselves up to, again, working with those that are, again, I have to say, for your best and highest good, because there's a lot of energies out there from, you know, positive and negative polarities. We want to make sure that we want to work with the ones that are for us and our path, and that will aid us on our path and not hinder us on our path. So if you open yourself up as the student today, and also knowing that they can be a student as well, you guys can exchange that information. They would love that. They would love nothing more than to work with you today. So it doesn't have to be a long time. It could be something that you do at your altar early or later today, or maybe right after this chat, or maybe you can start working on it now. But also what I was getting with the card Sin Eater is, remember we were talking about, like, for the air signs, that there are some places within ourself that we may be really afraid to look into because it may be so dark, and a lot of your guides are really wanting to help you with those really dark aspects of yourself. They know that it can be scary because some of them have been human before. They know all about that experience, which means that they can help you with that. So if you're going to be going into some darker shadow work where you feel a little scared, you can ask them to come with you when you go into that energetic form and you go into these dark recesses of yourself. And that Sin Eater is almost like, you know, we may, you know, usually the word sin is like attributed to particular religions, but really it's a parts of ourself that we're not proud of, parts of ourself that we wish weren't there, parts of ourself where, you know, you may have acted poorly in the past, or you did something that you're ashamed of, you know, those types of things. Your spirit guides are like, we don't have any judgment. We don't really care what you did. It's all about who you are right now. And if who you are right now wants to heal some of those things that you're very ashamed of, that you're afraid of, we're here for it. We're here to help you. And that's how you can honor us, like, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you. So again, you can leave them offerings. It's a nice gesture, but really what they want to do is work with you, is to help you. So today is a wonderful day to do that. Lay out those scary things for them. They're gonna hold your hand while you guys go do it together. You guys can work on this together. All right, I can dig it. That's it. Yeah, I can dig that. All right, so let's go back here to some of your messages. Angela said goats poison ivy and other toxic plants without harm to themselves most times. I got 4 cards, love reversed, intention, purity reversed, and nature upright. Oof, heavy, because aren't we all guilty of going only when we need things or when we're in trouble? And Susie said, just ask. Yes. Angela said they're like just some time with no intention, a working for no reason, just to be, just a walk in the flowers, just a gift of flowers, just because come to us, but not only when you need something. We love you for always, not just when you're in trouble. Yeah. So can we just have fun and spend time together a little bit every day for always? It doesn't have to be all day. We know life gets busy. All right, so Susie has the lineup for the people that I'm going to be doing a little bit of channeling for. We have Tansy, we have Susie, Butterfly Love Child, and Heather. And Susie's wondering if she missed anybody. It says, okay. Angela's like, but can you remember us for always? I'd love one if possible, but if it's super chats only, I wait until a later time. Money is tight right now. You know what? Angela, you've been pulling so many cards for us. I wouldn't mind pulling a card for you. You've been really, really awesome. Susie's like, not rushing though, but I have lost the beginning of the chat. Hey, no worries. I can't even, I mean, I'm on my phone, so I can't even scroll back and see. So I think that's everybody. I think. Let's see. All right. Okay, so that was everybody. So actually, we are going into the super chats right now. So, hey. Okay, so Tansy, Susie, Butterfly Love Child, Heather, and Angela. Okay, so we got 5 homies. And if anybody had a specific question, let me know what it was of those 5 people. But I think we were just channeling spirits coming forward because it's been real heavy in here. Not heavy, but it's real crowded. It's real crowded. Okay. I mean, I'll have my deck here, but I think I'm just gonna do some straight channeling. I don't know. Okay, so Tansy was first. Was it a particular question for Tansy? I don't remember. So yeah, Tansy, let me know. I'll shuffle these up. Maybe I'll pull from here. Maybe I'm just doing channeling. Okay, so Susie is spirit. Tansy said, channeling the spirits coming forward, please. Okay. And Angela says, it's helping me to pull cards too. It's amazing. You are all so nice and sweet. I love helping. And Billy said, was Silver Star Priestess on the list? She was just scrolling back. Yeah, I think she is too. Yeah, Heather's in there. Okay. And so, yeah, Heather and Butterfly Love Child, if you want to let me know if you had a particular question, or again, if we're just channeling spirit, let us know. And Angela, yeah, if you, let's see, yeah, I'd love to know what ancestors want to work with me more right now, or just a channel message, love them. Okay, okay. So Susie was wondering if it was Heather and her puppy. Oh, okay, so Silver Star didn't ask a question. Okay, so let's go with Tansy first. I'll pull a card, I just won't look at it, and I'll see if I need that as a clarifier. Okay? All right, let's do this. All right, Tansy, boom. We'll put that off to the side. So I have it face down. These are the backs of the cards. These are the fronts, actually. They're super fun. Butterfly says it was channeling whomever wanted to come forward. Okay. And Silver Star said a message from my great grandma Morrow is what I was going to ask. Okay. Excellent. Sounds good. Okay, okay. Tansy. You know what? I need to just clear myself a little bit. Okay, so Tansy, what I'm doing right now is I'm just tapping into your energy and then through you, seeing if I can tap into anybody else. Okay, Tansy, for you, you actually have a young boy who has come forward. Really silly, really rambunctious. It's like he ran up and he's like sweating because he's been out playing. He's just showing himself to be about, how old is this boy? I'd say he's like 7 or 8 years old, maybe, but he's got a lot of energy. He's been running around, so this might be one of your guides at the moment. So I'm just asking him what he wants to tell you. He's just standing next to me. He's kind of out of breath because he's been running around, so his little hand is on my shoulder right now. Tansy, he's showing me, actually, he was showing me kind of a vision of like throwing up. And almost being, it's interesting, like some of the things, it's not actually food, but sometimes maybe viewing it as food. Some of the things that you've brought into your body, but not your physical body, more like your energetic body. And he's saying you may be looking at certain foods as like, oh man, I shouldn't have, you know, eaten that, or I shouldn't have brought that in. And he's saying that it's kind of going beyond that, that it's your inkling that there are things that are inside your vessel right now that probably shouldn't be there. And it's more like energy. So perhaps you've been letting in some toxic people, maybe toxic thoughts, toxic words. And the only way our mind translates it is our mind translates it as, well, the only thing that could be inside of me is food. So maybe it's the food that, you know, is no good for me right now. And so he's just kind of showing that it's really your body trying to let you know, or your energetic body to let you know that it's time to put up those shields. Because yes, there is some negative energy within your field, but it's only because you soaked it up like a sponge, because that's kind of what we do. Inadvertently, it's kind of an accident. And so he's showing me this like purging, not to physically throw up the food, but more to physically or energetically purge some of that energy that's not yours. So you can do maybe a little ceremony if that you know behooves you. You can burn some sage, you know, and do kind of a ceremony for yourself. You can do a cord cutting with maybe like an obsidian knife or some selenite, and just cut those cords of those energies that don't serve you at this time. You can go inwards, maybe during a meditation, and kind of look within your vessel in your meditation. You know, what is not mine, which emotions are not mine, what have I taken on from others. Maybe I've soaked up some stuff from my brother or sister, or maybe soaked up some stuff from the society right now, and I need to purge those. I need to let those go. And it's probably also symbolic, the reason the boy was sweating, because he'd been running around. is that physical movement, as was demonstrated yesterday with 13 Chuen. Chuen was all about movement of the body. So maybe there's something that would help you energetically that you could do physically. So even though we may physically sweat when we're moving our bodies and things like that, we could do something, maybe you could do something fun where maybe you're dancing around your house or your apartment or whatever it is. And while you physically sweat, you set the intention that I'm purging all energy that is not mine, and I am sending it back into source so it can be transmuted into something more beneficial. But I'm letting go of all emotions, all energies, all people even are not for my best and highest good. I am just purging that from my system. And so that's what this young boy to say this. He's got the biggest chunky cheeks. I just want to pinch his cheeks. It's so cute. A really adorable spirit guide. All right, let's see. Let's go back here. Silver Star says she's my grandma's great grandmother and one of my guides. Very cool. And Silver Star says, thank you, Susie. Tara, thank you. I'll limit on my typing with these gloves. Oh, no worries. Yay, Susie. Thank you. Thank you. Tansy said that resonates. Thank you so much. I felt a hand on my shoulder during the readings today. Maybe it was the little boy. Yeah, I think that's how he likes to connect. I think he touches for his connection. So yeah, he's a hand on the shoulder, little one. Yeah, but he's a cutie. All right. And then we had, let's see who. I think it was Susie that was next. I'm just looking back in the chatted messages here. Okay, so yeah, Susie was next, and then Butterfly, then Heather, then Angela. Okay. Angela says, oh, this makes me happy cry. All right, so Susie. Oh, okay, so you have one for Lisa as well. All right, excellent. All right, so Susie, you also just kind of wanted to see any energy, any spirit that's hanging out coming through. Okay, so all right, so I'll put that card there. So again, I'll just pull a clarifier if I have to. Silver Star says that's such a touching message. Yes, literally with the boy touching my shoulder too. So literally touching. Billy said, I have Tansy, me, Butterfly, Silver Star, and then I'm missing anyone. I think it was Angela, and then we'll have Liesel. Yeah, so Liesel's at the end. Okay, so yes. All right, so again, I'm just going to pull a clarifier if I need it. I may not need it, but it's there. It's there if I have to look at it. Okay. So let's go Susie. Oh, you know, a little spray to just kind of clear the area. I just find that's easier if I'm going to do a lot of channeling. Okay, Susie, the energy that's coming through is an older woman, and she's actually swimming nude in a lake. It's kind of a beautiful place, and it's like she asked you to come into the water with her, although you look much younger, to be like you're like a teenager or preteen, kind of a young teenager. And this older woman is playing games with you, and she was asking you to submerge your head underwater. So it was like how long can you hold your breath? So you both are like holding your nose and you both go underwater, and you pop up right away because all of a sudden it's like you had a panic that you might accidentally drown. And the older woman is laughing, not laughing at you, but that it's so silly because you could put your feet down anytime, you're not going to drown. And in fact, the if you stand, the water only comes up to neck level, so you're just basically ducking underwater. There's no possible way that you could drown. um, and I think she's symbolically trying to tell you something, like maybe there's something that you're a little fearful of diving into for fear that you may drown, or maybe that you're not going to get the support or the oxygen that you need. And she's letting you know that this is fun. This is playtime. She's literally open and exposed. She's naked. She's in this water. She's having a good time. The sun's shining. There's a little swing that not really a swing, but like one of those ropes that people that's connected to a tree, and how you can swing yourself and let go and like land in the lake. How it's a fun time. You look around. This is a joyful, fun, sunny day, but only in our minds do we make this into a scary event. All of a sudden it went from a fun, sunny day. I'm hanging out with my guide or this older woman, and we're having fun in the pond or the lake. But the moment I go underwater, now I'm scared. Now I'm fearful. Now I could run out of oxygen. What if I drown? What if I die? What if, all of a sudden all these anxieties and all this fear comes in. And really it's all up here. It's all in the mind, because nothing else changed about your environment. The water's still warm. The water's still at neck level. It's not enough to drown you. There's still the swing. The sun's still shining. The birds are still chirping. And you still have this wonderful person who obviously would never let you drown. This wonderful person who's there with you. So I don't know what it is that maybe you're fearful of diving into, but just know that any fear is really all stemming just purely from the mind. It's not actually coming from any sort of higher self. The higher self is actually the one that's like, hey, this is fun. It's unknown, it's different, it's fun. And so this old lady, or older lady, I should say, wants you to have fun with this. Playing and ducking your head underwater, this is a fun game. It's not meant to be scary, because you're safe. You're always safe. All right. Okay. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back here. Do. Yes, and Angela's on the list as well. And Susie said Aunt Meryl was a nudist in San Diego. Hey. Black's Beach, maybe. That's where we got all our nudie folks. Angela said she sounds like she was a fun person. Or it could be Ruth. Yes, both are sassy as heck. Susie said, thank you, Billy. Susie said she's telling me to enjoy life and get out of. Angela said the energy just made me want to giggle. Susie said, don't wait for the day that never comes. Do it now. Live now. You are very welcome, Susie. I'm glad that connected with you. She had a very fun energy. I loved her naked self in the lake, just having fun. And she said she feels protective. She never let you get hurt, Susie, even if she is a jokester. Yeah, I got this super like, this is safe. It's totally safe. Where, put your feet down, Susie. You notice the water only here. There's no possible way that you can drown. All you have to do is put your feet down, get grounded. Okay. So then we had a butterfly love child, I believe was next. And was there a question with butterfly, or was that one a channeling too? I'm not sure. Let me do a little spray. Okay. All right. Looks like I didn't need my my clarifier card. But yeah, butterfly love child, let me know what yours was, if it was a particular question, or again, we were just kind of channeling any spirit energy coming through for you too. I feel like I need my water. But it's all the way in the fridge and I forgot to grab it before the chat. Oh well. Okay. Oh, a channeling. Okay. Ishani, hey, how are you? Okay, so butterfly, let's again, if I need, I'm gonna have a little, it's like my little safety net. I have my little clarifier over here, but we'll go with channeling. Okay. All right, so your little clarifier is off to the side. But yeah, let's go. Let's go, butterfly. You guys have the coolest spirit guides, I just have to say. So first we had Susie's a nudist auntie who's having fun with her in the lake, but now Butterfly has this kind of older man that wants to dance like salsa or like maybe not salsa, cumbia music with her. So, but Butterfly Love Child's really young, like a little 5-year-old is how this spirit guide sees her energy. So he's like this dark-haired man. He's kind of got like a mustache, and he's got your hands, and he's like dancing with you back and forth, and all I hear is like da 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 da. So it's like this fun music playing, and he's dancing with you, but actually your feet are on top of his feet, so it's like you know how like sometimes grown-ups dance with kids, um, and you're like in this frilly little dress, like super girly, like lots of big ruffles and stuff like that. Let's see what he's trying to say. He's saying, move your body, move. He's got a little bit of an accent too, like move your body, move out of the space. Um, it's like he wants you to kind of get out of some, like when you're feeling like in a cloud or in a funk. Um, it's best to get out of it, like physically get out of that space. If you're feeling, because I don't think he's not one to sit around and be in a dark cloud all day. Like he wants to get out and move. Like if that doesn't suit him anyway, like he wants to get out and move. Like if that doesn't suit him anymore, I'm just going to go dancing. I'm just going to go over here and do something else. I'm going to go do something that is more worth my time and more fun, because he sees sitting under a dark cloud or in a negative space is really not his jam. So he is encouraging you that anytime you're maybe lately have been feeling like I'm in this just such heavy energy, maybe not the best feeling energy, especially maybe a lot of clouding up in your head. He wants you to physically just leave, like get out of the house, get out of the living room or the bedroom, and just go do something that's fun. He's asking you, he says, do you enjoy sitting there, in that energy, that space? Of course you don't. What do you want to do that is more fun instead? What would make you happy? For him, it's dancing. So maybe he is encouraging you to do a little bit of dancing. But he wants you to actually physically, next time you're in that energy, physically get up and leave and go do something that you think would be much more fun, because sometimes we get into our dark thoughts sometimes, and this is not, he's not talking about when you're doing shadow work. Like he understands that you got to do some shadow work, okay, but it's when we're not working on anything and we're just in a mood, like in a mindset of something replaying over and over again, and we have no intention of working on it, we're just sitting in that space. That is no bueno with him. It's like, let's go, let's go. Bailas, bailas, you know, let's dance. So, yeah, it's let's go move the body, let's go dance, let's go have fun. And he also feels like when you're in having fun mode, and when you can shift your energy in that way, whatever the problem was that you were having is so much more clear to you on how to fix it, or how to go around it, or transmute it, or whatever it is so much easier to do when you're in a better energetic space. Because sitting cloud, um, going over something over in your head like a little hamster on the wheel isn't going to solve the problem. Spinning you in circles, just making you feel more and more worse. So get out, do something fun. When you come back to it, you're going to be in a better headspace, a better energetic space, and it'll be so much easier to solve the problem like that. So yeah. All right. Okay. Let's go back up here. Ishani's like, I'm great. So good to see you after a long time. Yes, it's been a while. Angela said, group virtual hugs for all in the chat who want hugs. Yay. Tansy says, I have to go, but thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad that you were here. Angela said, why am I imagining this guide in tap shoes and bright red sequence suit? Yeah, dude, he's a dancer. Billy's like, please, can I trade one of my poems as an email in exchange for a reading? And yeah, of course. Channel message from a guide or loved one, if possible. Yes, of course, that'd be great. I says, wow, the screen was melting. Interesting. Lisa's like, that was trippy. And Shani said, yeah, I saw the melting. I thought I had some network issues. That's interesting. Wow. Wow. Butterfly says, yeah, I've been walking out of everyone else's crappy mood clouds more lately. Wow. Mimi, thank you. Yay. I'll be happy to do a little channeling if you want. And Silver Star says it's 1:11 on the clock. Love it. And Angela said perhaps it was cleansing things and feeling lighter now. Yeah. Do a little dancing, Butterfly. I'm gonna have basically cumbia music stuck in my head. So, but your guide was fun. All right. Who was next? It was Heather, I believe. And she wanted to look into your great grandmother, I believe it was. I think so. But let me clear the area again with my little chinchweed, many bristle chinchweed. All right, so okay, so Heather's next message from Spirit, and then quite possibly maybe a great grandma. Angela's like, let's get loud. I don't know who sings that song, but it seems perfect. Yes. All right, Heather, here we go. Give me just a moment because Butterfly's guide is dancing up a storm, so I'm just gonna have him move off to the side. All right, Heather, you do have a female coming forward. And it's like this kind of sarcastic humor. Like she was to one of the kids or something as they were going out the door. She's like, I don't know, one of the kids played a trick on her or something. She's like, oh, get back here, I'm gonna whoop your butt. But as she closed the door, she's like laughing to herself. She wasn't actually gonna whoop that kid's butt. She was like, it's like a, I don't know, like she just says things, but it's sarcastically. She doesn't she doesn't really have a bone in her body, but because of her sarcasm, she comes off as very strict and almost like she's a very serious woman, but she's actually really not that serious. She just may have that energy. She was showing, and I do believe she did have human form, um, where if she were ever at the grocery store or something like that, a lot of people thought that she was like this serious person, like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, let me get this for you. But she plays into that because she thinks people are so funny. Like, she won't change her attitude to make other people feel comfortable. She just is who she is. And she kind of wants you to continue being that way. Because I feel like there's a little bit of that in you too, where take me or leave me. If your judgment is that I am a mean, serious person, then that's on you. Because she's just living it up. Like, this is just me. So I kind of saw this as like she's at the checkout at the grocery store, and the cashier messed up and was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am." And instead of this woman being like, "Oh no, it's fine," in order to alleviate the feelings of the cashier, she looks at her, was like, "Yeah, like, psh, like what? How dare you mess up? Do you know who I am?" And of course, she's being utterly and extremely sarcastic, but she's only being the energy of the person that this person is painting her as. And she's having a good time with it. So she's really just pushing back the energy that was being pushed onto her. And so it's like as soon as like whatever the issue was at the counter gets resolved, she's like walking off like she thinks it's hilarious. So she loves preconceived notions. She loves when people misjudge her. She loves when people love to put their shadows onto her, when people love to be like, "Oh, this lady, this and that," because it doesn't affect her. Like, it bounces right off her little energetic shield that she has going on. She's like, "That is so funny." Like, you can totally see everybody's shadows and everybody's insecurities just because she is, people feel more comfortable. Like, she's like, "You think I am? That's too bad, so sad." You missed a great opportunity to find out who I truly am. But if you want to have a preconceived notion, too bad. So I love her sassy demeanor, by the way. So this is one of the main people coming forward through for that there are going to be people who misjudge you. There's going to be people who think that you're one way or another, and they're going to have all these judgments. But instead of being hurt by those judgments, like, "Oh, how could somebody think that I'm that way?" or "How could somebody think that I'm mean?" Instead of taking it personally, find it funny because she finds me and needs healing. Wow, you can really see how that person's projecting some issue they have with females in their life to me. That's so sad. You know what? I send them love, but I'm not going to conform to try to get them to understand who I truly am, because obviously they've already decided they know who I am, and that's sad. So it's just a let it bounce right off of you and let them go deal with what they got to deal with. But yeah, she just kind of wants you to have a little bit more of that. It seems like you already have some of that, but even a little bit more. She's saying don't let it get under your skin. Those are other people's problems. Be confident in who you are. You know who you are. You don't need to explain to him or her or whoever who you are. You already know who you are. You don't need to change who you are. Who you are is perfect. You're in the middle of growing and evolving and healing. She's like, "Girl, you keep doing that." you know if somebody thinks that you're a bitch, she's all, then maybe they got issues with bitchs, but that has nothing to do with you because you're not. So this lady's got some sass. Actually, she reminds me of my aunt, who's quite alive, but I love it. I love it, dude. This lady's energy. Wow. Wow, Heather. Oh my goodness. That was some good stuff there. Everybody's had the best. Like, this is so fun. I love your spirit guides. This is great. Um let's see. Do 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 do. Lisa says, I have to dash. Love you all. Stay blessed. Same to you. And don't forget, when you come back and watch the replay, I'll do a little channeling for you too. Um, and Silver Star says, you can let who needs to come through. Don't want to limit the message. Everybody laughing. Silver Star's like, well, I'm like her, I guess. Fire, fire, fire. Silver Star says, exactly, love me or leave me. Tat, hey, it says, hi everyone. I'll have to catch the replay. Yeah, Angela's like, she sounds like fun, sounds wonderful. Angela's like, she's like that one person who wouldn't be a policeman or school principal that catches everyone partying. Susie's like, she is not a hypocrite. Love it. And so Angela's like, she looks at them like, you're in so much trouble, then says, turn the music up or I'll order pizza. Superstar says, yes, reflect it back to them. Water off a duck's back. Exactly. Smart lady. Silverstar says, exactly. If you don't take the opportunity to get to know me, not my problem. Yes. Yes. All right. So Susie said, up next, okay, we have Angela, Billy, Mimi, and then we have Lisa. All right. So Angela's next. Silverstar says, I'm getting there. She's been guiding me to not just care what others think because it's not my concern. Exactly. She's wonderful. I love her. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Great Grandma Morrow. And then everybody's saying hello to Kat. Yay. All right. So Angela, let's do this, girl. Okay, I need my little spray, my little spirit cleansing spray. It's really just, it helps to like reset the energy. I found out this chinchweed. It's good stuff. I'm glad I turned this into a spray. Okay, Angela, here we go. I don't know if you're the one that mentioned Yorkies or doggies. There's a few little doggies here, and one of them, it's almost like I think I'm supposed to be the representation of you because you got one little doggy trying to put his chin or rest his head or chin on my thigh, and the other dogs are like trying to push him out of the way, and he's like, and it's like they're barking at each other like, no, 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 no. I get pets right now. It's like, no, 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 no. I get pets right now. No, no, she's gonna pet me. So it's like they're vying for attention right now. So so yeah, like I said, I don't know if you're the one that has the dogs, but you definitely have dogs as your spirit guides then. So let's see what they're trying to say. Actually, it is attention. So just like the attention that you would bestow upon, you know, a cute doggy, you know, how we're like, oh, and we just want to pet them and we just want to hold them and we let them lick our face, you know, and we're so gentle, we are so kind, and we want to give so much love to these animals. What your dog guides are trying to ask you to do is to do the same for yourself. That when you look in the mirror, instead of like, oh, hey Angela, how's it going? Instead, look at yourself with the same eyes that you do for four-legged creatures. You know, like, oh, you are so sweet, you are so cute. You know, where you have nothing but an outpouring of love. What can I do for you? How can I make you feel good? You know, I know you probably don't want to pet yourself, but we do other things that would be equal to what we would do for dogs or cats. You know, for a dog, for them to feel good, we get them a little treat or we pet them, we show them lots of affection, we hold them, we hug them. And so your dogs are asking you to do the same for yourself. Hold space for yourself, you know, almost giving like a hug to yourself, How could you shower yourself with love and affection? How could you dote over yourself like you would dote over a dog? In what way would be equal to giving yourself pets, rubs behind the ears? Maybe it's actually going in for a massage, maybe that's the human form of that. Or finding, a friend or maybe a romantic partner to give you a massage. And also treats, for dogs, we might give them a dog bone or, something like that. But for you, maybe it doesn't have to be in the form of food, but how could you treat yourself? In what way can you spoil yourself? Look upon yourself the way you look upon a dog. Lots of love, nothing but love in your eyes, nothing but care in your eyes. When we look at dogs, I don't, or, all of us animal loving people, we would never look at them with disdain. Not like, oh man, this freaking dog, and have nothing but daggers in our eyes. We don't look at them that way. We look at them as innocent creatures. Well, that's the spirit within you. It's a beautiful, innocent, just magical being, that being that's inside of you. So try to look at that being and show yourself that love, that affection, that doting, that cuddling, hugging, petting, treating. Now is the time for you to do that for yourself. Okay, they seem pretty satisfied with my message, so I think I got it across pretty well. Because now they're not fighting over affection anymore. I think they got that you need to show yourself a little bit more affection. Okay, they're gonna go off and go play right now. They're so cute. You have multiple little guards. Well, they're gonna go wrestle each other, actually. Okay, well, all right. Aww. Let's see, let's go back here. Susie's like, drum roll. Oh, yes, doggies. Angela said I had 3 passed over Yorkies. Lady Kiltos of Alsonbury. Oh, this is the one who guarded me from the time I was a baby till she died when I was 11. Kitos, too, and Odie, my 2 high school dogs who died a year or 2 ago. They were always cuddling like that and wanted to be in my lap. Susie said, beautiful, giving, and love. And just like that so resonates because I have a hard time with self-care. I take care of everyone else. I forget about me all the time. And I know I do, but it's so hard to change it. Well, take a cue from your doggies. Imagine they are inside of you, because technically they are. And spoil them, which is you. Spoil them rotten. And Susie, spoil yourself, Angela, this month, girl, and always. And then Billy was saying that there's a lot of great self-care ideas and downloads on blurtitout.org. Silver Star, thank you. We'll love to pull some more cards or more channelings. Oh, just to thank you. Well, thank you then. Thank you so much. Butterfly says, I hear purring. That's probably my cat. I mean, not my, I don't have a physical cat here, but I do have a cat that's crossed over. So maybe that's my Presley. I bet he's here. Because whenever there's animals and I'm channeling animals, Presley is always here. So you hear Presley. He's my little lavender-eyed Siamese. I miss him. He's such a good boy. And just said they were family and neighbor cats around me. To animals love me. So, well, maybe it was those kitties too. Okay, so after Angela, let me go back up here. I just want to make sure, I don't want to miss anybody, of course, so I'm just making sure. Okay, so it's Billy, Mimi, Lisa. Billy, Mimi, and Lisa. All right, so Billy is next. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, Presley. All right, Billy, I think it was just any spirit guides wanting to come through, or ancestors, or animals, perhaps, I think. Unless I'm wrong, let me know. But all right, Billy, let's do this. You know what? I think I need a little bit extra, so let me just hit this real quick. It's just a lot of energy in here. All right. All right. So Billy said channeling spirit guides, family, or birdies. You know what? Since that yellow canary was in here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to connect to that energy, if that's the energy that wants to come through. So give me a moment, Billy. Ah, it was your canary, Billy. So your canary is actually sitting on my ring light right now. And the reason my ring light was kind of fading in and out, that was actually your bird. I was wondering what spirit that was. That was your birdie. But using my ring light as a torch. So I think your bird was just trying to get energy in order to stay from the ring light, hence why it was kind of fading in and out. So it was just okay. Beautiful songs. You know, Birdie has such beautiful songs. Like the happiest tunes you've ever heard. Like, oh my gosh. And then your bird came over and popped over to my shoulder, and it was like your birdie was like in my ear. No wonder my ear was ringing earlier too. Maybe that's your bird just like it's like tickles. Okay, so I think now your bird's doing more of more symbolic imagery, as if I'm you. Your bird going down into my lap, but then jump down onto the ground, and like you're to follow it outside. And so kind of hopping from my trash can over to the table that we have there, getting closer to my front door, leading me outdoors. And it's almost as if the bird just wants you to pick your head up and look up. You know, it seems like you've been doing a lot of looking down, and that it's really hard to see all of the wonderful things around you when your head is pointed downwards. Like if you've been feeling struggling through some things lately, or a lot of the feelings that you've been having, or some of the situations you find yourself in, you know, metaphorically, when we keep the head down because we're feeling overwhelmed, you know, like a lot is on your shoulders, you know, weighing you down, almost physically putting your head down, it's so hard to see if there are opportunities to get you out of that particular situation if our gaze is always pointed towards our feet. You know, how do we know which way we're going? You know, it's going to be a lot harder. So your bird is taking me outside, or hence taking you outside, and saying like, Billy, like look up, like you see that wonderful sun, you see how it's shining brightly on everything, you see how clearly everything is illuminated around you, and that when you pick the head up and you look around, you're like, oh my gosh, there's this and there's this, and there's so much at my disposal, there's so much that I could utilize, there's so many different ways of looking at things, because now the light is shining on them, you know, just like the wonderful color of your bird, that sunshine yellow. Actually, and the bird's also showing me that my door is yellow, so I think that since I like a lot of yellow things, your bird is like giving me a little I guess feather up or something, thumb feather. But yeah, it's look up, Billy, Look up, put your head towards the sun. Allow yourself to feel that warmth. Allow yourself to be illuminated. You are worthy of it. You are worthy of that sunshine. You're worthy of keeping your head up. You're worthy of being able to see all the wonderful things around you. You weren't meant to keep your head down, just like a bird wasn't meant to be kept on the ground. You know, most birds, that is. It's meant to fly. It's meant to be out in the sky. It's meant to experience new places. It's meant to be in the trees or wherever it feels like being. It's the ultimate form of freedom. And so your bird wants that for you, to experience that ultimate form of freedom, because there's nothing that is imprisoning you right now, nothing external anyways. It's all a mental prison, and your bird doesn't want to be in a cage or have you in a cage. You know, a bird wants to be free, just like wants to see you be free. And your bird's as free as it could be now, because now it doesn't have a body anymore. So now its spirit can be a million places at once if it wants to, and it knows how precious that freedom is. And so although you are confined to a body right now, that doesn't mean you can't be free. And so your bird's trying to help you with that freedom at this moment. All you have to do, pick the chin up and look up. Allow that sun to just radiate onto your face. All right. My goodness, every time I connect with everybody's guys, it makes me so teary. Okay, let's go back here. Angela said, bird energy is so cute. It hits or miss with birds, but me, I love their energy. It's aloof and distant sometimes, but also fun. Birds are so cute. Susie said, loving message. Angela, I love your birdie Billy. He's so sweet, and this message is so sweet. And Silver Star says, was the move a bird higher perspective such a beautiful message? And oh, and then Mimi was saying that maybe Liesel is next and then Mimi was last. Okay. And Billy said, that's so spot on. Thank you so much. I know just the poem to send you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Angela said, you should see what your guides want to say to Tara. Hey, I wouldn't mind. Susie said, Mimi, Liesel will watch back so you can go next. Oh, okay, yeah. So, all right, let's go Mimi, and then we'll go Liesel, since Liesel's gonna watch the replay and Mimi's here now. So, all right, okay. And I forgot, did Mimi have a particular question, or was it also just channeling? Because this is awesome. I like, the waiting room is kind of thinning out, by the way. So if I feel like it's getting a little bit lighter in here, so that's cool. Everybody's getting heard. Okay. Guys are very welcome. Okay, so let me just moving this off to the side here. Okay, so I think, Mimi said, please connect with spirits around me. Okay, excellent, you got it. Like I said, you guys got the cheekiest, most awesome spirit guides ever. I really do enjoy being in this energy with everybody here. Okay, Mimi, you have the energy around you as a young man. I don't know if he's in his late teens or early 20s. But it's like he's trying to come off as like a badass, but I don't think he actually is. Like, he's got his guitar, you know, he's like dressed kind of, I don't know, like punk maybe, and he's kind of looking at me like, what, like I'm gonna play my guitar, you know. You know, like, I don't know, since I was a high school teacher for so long, like I understand like that look that some boys have. but it's like he's just playing around. Like uh, he's trying to look hard, you know, as the kids say. He's trying to look tough, like hard, like yeah, play my guitar, like what? But he's so uber protective of you. He looks at you like a little sister, and like his whole world, his whole everything is just taking care of you. And so he really is a softie at heart. He really is. He's got the biggest heart in the world. And I think maybe he might be misjudged a little bit, you know, if he were in human form still, for the way he looks, kind of almost like Silver Star's great grandma, I think it was, or yeah. But he doesn't have that same sass or attitude. It's more, he just doesn't give the time of day for people that, you know, want to get into an argument with him, or they want to talk about the way he dresses or something like that. He's just like a well, then you're not my people. Like if you're gonna stand there and criticize me, you're not my people. You know, I got rock and roll to play, and or punk and you're not it. So I think he's really trying to get you to direct you towards your people. It's so easy for us to fall into the way of misaligning ourselves with the wrong group. You know, he says, he's like, you've watched those movies, right? He says, you got awkward teen meets all these other teens, and, you know, they want to fit in, so they hide their grungy punk ways, and, you know, they put on the little preppy polo shirt, you know. He's like, he says, and they end up becoming somebody they're not, and they end up being really miserable with their lives. You know, they don't like who they are because they're not being true to them. You know, everybody around them is like, oh wow, but they can kind of smell when there's inauthenticity. Like they want to he says, and then oftentimes they go after that person. You know, kids know. And he says, so when somebody's being fake and they're in their group, they'll often pick on that one because they know that that one doesn't have boundaries. That one has low self-esteem, and so they're easier to hurt. He's like, but he says, you could be like me and just not give an F. And he's like, he says, and you can continue to be the outsider, and the people that are also part of your vibration, he's like, they find you. They will find you, and you won't be an outsider for long. The real true people who are just like you, that want to grow with you, that want to rock and roll with you, those people show up. He's like, you know, that other crowd out there, there's a reason you don't fit in with them, is because you're not meant to be with them. And he says, so don't try to be somebody that you're not. You know, continue being you, and the real crowd really does find you, and you will find them. And you guys are going to create some amazing music together, is what he's saying. Just be you. That's kind of the main thing. And he's jamming on his guitar right now. And actually, I'm mentioning because I like music, and actually I have a Fender guitar, but he has gosh, who does that look like? Jack White from the White Stripes. It looks like he has Jack White's guitar. That's like super cool. Anywho. Okay, so Mimi, he's out. He did the whole like, you know, kind of rock thing, you know, where they're done, they're like swing, and it's like, you know, they're like, thank you, New York. You know, fling the guitar behind you. So I think he knows that. I think you've gotten the message. All right. Okay. Wow. Let's see. Susie says, cheeky, love this Mimi. Angela said, had flashes of Freaky Friday and the song Look at Me, I'm Sandra D from Greece. Susie says, I'm seeing a punk rocker with an earring. And Billy said, anyone else reminded of that film, If You Build It, They Will Come? Yes. Angela said, he's wiser than his age, would say his energy feels older than he is. Well, I mean, that's just the age he was showing up as. He may have passed away a lot older, but Mimi said that resonates. I'm trying to build my team at work with like minds to make something great. There you go. They will find you. The right group will find you, since you guys can build something awesome together. So keep being you. Don't conform to anything else. You know, part of being a team is also taking a group of quite opposite and quite interesting individuals, bringing them together, and because you have such different ideas, that's where something great really comes from. Angela says, you could do it, Susie, we believe in you. Or Mimi, yes. And yeah, so the one, if you build it they will come, that was Field of Dreams, as Heather is saying. Angela said, positive vibes for what you're doing at work, manifest it, you got this, yes. Okay, and then I think we had Elisa. And then I don't know if there was anybody after Lisa. Was there anybody after Lisa? I think it was just Lisa. So Susie or anybody else, remind me. Hopefully I don't miss anyone. Okay, so Lisa was just a spirit message. Was she the last one, I think? There we go. Okay, all right, gotcha. All right, Lisa. I know she's gone for now, but she'll come back and watch the replay. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, Lisa, when you will watch this, obviously it's going to be in the future, but the person coming through, he's actually got a cigar, and he's just kind of relaxing, and I don't think this is a man of many words, but mostly what he's trying to convey, wow, I got ringing in my ear on this side now. What he's trying to convey is through his cigar. So he's just relaxed, just kind of like this overweight man, and he's kind of got his cigar or his stogie, and he's kind of doing the like tasting it. So like he's letting me know that there's so much that goes on with a cigar. I'm sure this is all symbolic, and I'm sure he's not just trying to educate you on cigars, but he says to truly enjoy a cigar, you first enjoy it before you even light it. You smell it. You smell the tobacco. You smell the different tobacco flavors that have been infused within that wrapper. And then you taste the end of it, the part that goes in your mouth. And you let the juices kind of go into your teeth, you know, and then you take it all in, the scent and now the taste. He says, then the next part, you light it and you take in those first few breaths, and you let the smoke fill up your mouth, and you taste all the flavors. And you think about the individual that rolled this cigar, because these can't be made in a factory. These are all made by hand. Somebody put their time and energy into the rolling of this cigar, putting the tobacco in, rolling it up and tight but not too tight. You know, there is an art to it, and you get to enjoy this art. So there is no need to rush through it, because that is a disrespect to the person who rolled this cigar. And so you take your time, and you know that this time is between you and this wonderful work of art, this flavorful piece of art that you now have the chance, the opportunity to smoke. And I believe he's talking about this being akin to life. Look at this wonderful planet that you've been put on. It took a lot of time and attention to get the colors just right, to get the smell just right of all the flowers, of all the things that we can smell, to get the feels just right. You know, all the things that our senses, our 3D senses, can connect to have been made with the utmost intention. And he says, why on earth, with a wink, would we ever want to rush through this experience, knowing how much time and attention went into the creation of all of this? There is no need to rush. Enjoy it, taste it, smell it, feel it. He says, even when you smoke a cigar, there are certain sounds, the sounds of it on your lips, the sounds when it's rolled between the fingers. There's sounds of the end of it burning. But the only way you can hear it is when you're silent. Same thing when we're trying to hear messages. We can't hear it if we're talking over them. We can't hear them if the ego is chattering away. So he wants you to look at your life in the world as taking the time out to smoke a beautiful, beautiful Cuban cigar. I think he's pretty happy with that. He's just gonna go back to his little chair and he's just gonna continue smoking slowly, methodically. But this is a joyful experience. Let everybody run the rat race. Let everybody else miss all of the sights, the smells, the sounds, the tastes. Let them miss all of that, but not you. You take it all in. Enjoy it. It was made for you and for all of us. But you have the awareness that this is something very special. And so treat it as such. And not to forget that with all of this is you as well. You're a part of all of this. You are just as special. So treat yourself kindly. Be patient with yourself. Take your time. All righty. Okay, let's see. Angela said, tea. Susie said, he's in the other room, but you know what? I'll make sure. Says, you rock. We appreciate you. Thank you. Susie likes this guy. I do too. I do too. Angela said, what about your guides now, Miss Tara? Hey, if you guys want to channel my guides, I say go ahead. I'm open for it. And you know what? I was going to do something a little bit different for your healing. You know, normally I play my drum or I do my Tibetan singing bowl. I thought it would be really great if we all came together at the same time. Well, time isn't linear, so it would be the same time here now, but that's also incorporating the people in the future and and everything. And I thought that we could do a group healing where we're physically sending energy to whoever and whatever is open to that healing energy, because I know there's a lot of people who could benefit from that and people's family members and things. So I thought that would be best for our healing. That just kind of came to me earlier. So we'll do that before we close the circle. But yeah, hey, if you guys want to, I don't know, connect with my guides, you can if you want to. You don't have to, but you can if you want to, or pull some cards for them. I'll just let you know that my guides are unique. They're an interesting bunch. Probably why I'm so weird. So, and Angela would love a group healing. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that we can do this. Okay, Angela says, I'll use a card to do that pick a deck box color. Okay, cool. I'm down for it. So yeah, okay. Maybe I'll do a little bit more sweetgrass while you do that. And then we'll do our group healing. It feels so much lighter in here, by the way. So I think just about everybody that needed to be heard, I think was heard. So, all right. Let's see. Susie said, I hear a beautiful mare on Tara's property, loves her hair. You know what? I feel so much like horse energy up on that property. And apparently that area used to have a lot of wild horses before the ranchers came in, you know, with the cows and things like that. And they ordered the wild horses to be taken out of that area because they were infringing upon their cattle's food, because we have free range out here for cattle. And so it's so sad, but I do feel like a lot of the spirit of those horses is still around there. So that's cool. Angela said, let me know what color. I'll see if I have a box that matches. Hot pink. You got any hot pink or fuchsia? Susie says, I'm not a psychic, but that is the message. You know what? Everybody's psychic in their own way. And Billy said, thank you so much for all you do. The message you brought from Lou was amazing. Love you lots. Same to you. So yeah, thank you, thank you. I'm just airing out the place right now, so don't mind me. I'm just doing a little sweetgrass. Let that just burn away over there. A little bit more chinchweed. Okay, I'm gonna go have to get my because my phone all of a sudden it's battery drained. So give me just a moment, okay? We're gonna go into the other room. Go get my battery. Oh, hello.
Oh, there you are.
I'm getting my charger and my phone's gonna die.
Okay.
It was on full power, but now it decided it's not. I got to do a lot of channelings. It's great. Have fun. Okay. All right. And then we have to plug this like this. Excellent, excellent. And then we're gonna go this like this. No, you come here. There we go. All right, plugged her in. Good. Angela's like, I have one pink box, romance angels. Okay. Oh yeah, Billy, thank you. Yes, I'm gonna get my water. I'll be right back. Okay. Yay, got my water. Silver Star says, I hear that your guides are so proud of you. I hear cheering section. You ate so treasured. They are extremely excited about this next chapter. Yay, I'm excited too. And just said your guides want to think about cake, chocolate, and flowers, magical charms and rituals, healing for hours where there's so many negative things you can be thinking of. Take some time and let's just think about love. Aww. I love that. Cake, chocolate, and flowers, magical charms. I love that. And it says, you're right. They're really fun. They just had me alter the lyrics to the Steven Universe song, Let's Only Think About Love. Yeah, Billy, I need this totally. Like my voice is like, All right. That's so much better. Susan said, all great messages today, everyone. Love you all. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you for my message. I love it, I love it. All right, let's do a little group healing, you guys. So settle in and just set the intention that you are open to receive any and all energy that is for your best and highest good. And then as you send out energy, that you're doing so with the intention that it reach the person who needs it most. Okay? Yes, chocolate cake and flowers, Billy, like that is my jam. Angela says, got 4 cards for your soulmate reversed because you already have such a deep connection. Oh, that's awesome. And oh, so you guys, Also, think about the messages that you heard today, and maybe somehow you want to incorporate that into the healing today. So, if there's something that you want to bring in, maybe allow yourself to be open to the healing so that there's room for that energy to come in. And maybe at the same time, you're releasing as you're sending out healing. But yeah, I think this will be great. Angela said, finances and career. Give your relationship a chance and flirt. They want to try new things, be playful, new fun rituals with things you wouldn't think of, working with them in new ways. Dude, when we move up to the property, we're definitely doing a lot of new things together. Silver Star says, I couldn't finish. They also said, thank you for the ancestor work you have done. I had to drive. Oh yeah, be safe when you're out there driving. All right, thank you, thank you. Angela said, moving up to the property will come with some good financial pieces for you. You know, I've been feeling that, and like logically, like my ego self and James's ego self, like we can't figure out, like we're gonna be so remote, and you know, we're gonna be totally off grid. And I mean, that shouldn't affect our businesses, but it's like we can't figure out like how, if we had to make more money, like how would that happen? And I just know that something is going to shift being up there. I just know that it's good for us. Like I can't give you a logical explanation. Like all I know is I know. It's like my claircognizance. Like I just know. um, let's see. Angela said they feel so excited. They just want to play with you and have fun and do more. They want to do more and play a little every day. Billy said, do you have an idea of when you get to move onto the property? Next month. We're already starting to move stuff up there. I have to leave this coming Thursday, because there's some stuff that's going to be done up there. They're going to be finishing our well. I have my storage shed, which is also going to work as like a little cabin in case we have guests. But that's getting put on the property on not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. So we have to be up there for that. So I'm going to be up there for about 5 days or so. So I'm going to try to put out videos like before then, so it appears that I'm still here. Yeah, so once that shed's up there and then I get my well hooked up to the RV, I have to figure out how to hook up the septic, because I already have septic up there. I have to like figure out PVC pipes and stuff like that so I can get that hooked up to the RV. And then depending on how much the total for the well costs, because it's probably the most expensive thing of this whole thing, then we'll figure out what we can do for solar, and then I'll get the solar all set up. And so if we end up going with what I want to do, it'll probably take 1 to 2 weeks to get the solar package that I need, and then we'll be totally ready to go. And then we're just going to continue moving stuff from here up there, but it's about a 3.5 hour drive, so it's kind of far away. You know, it's not like we can just keep going back and forth. So I'm going to load up my Jeep again this next trip and try to bring more of our stuff up there. I have to go to storage because eventually I'm going to grab all my stuff out of storage and bring it up there. I have all the bins and stuff that I use for my decks because I'm going to have to take all my decks up there. And then I think the last thing we're going to do is pack up Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, Desert Cauldron, and Light of Riga, you know, James's shop. So that way the shop is still operating out of here, but all of our stuff's going to be up there. So the last thing to move is going to be all the shop stuff. And then we'll get our Starlink up there because we're very remote. So we'll have Starlink, and then that's it. So I would say by the end of October, we'll be pretty much moved in up there. So by Samhain, I can't wait, because our lease is up here November 30th. So basically we can take our time a little bit. But yeah, I would say end of October, beginning of November, that's it. We're out. We're totally up in the mountains. So, so just before the first frost. So I'm super excited. Let's see. Susie said, yay. Angela says, what an interesting way to read with romance angels. I've only used them for love readings. I don't know if I could read them for talking with spirits. That's awesome. Susie says, yes, you do what you guys need to do. We will be here. And Billy is so excited. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really nervous, but I'm also really excited. And my excitement far outweighs what I'm really afraid of. So I know that there's going to be some growing pains up there, but it's going to be well worth it. I'm really excited. So, on that, let's send out some good juju. So, let's get cozy, you guys. Oops, my candle was almost burned down. So, let's get cozy. Um, and I don't know how you guys send out energy, but do it your way. So whether you use Reiki or you do another form of energy, maybe you do the Care Bear stare, but just have the intention that the energy is going out to whoever needs it for their best and highest good, and that you are ready to receive for your best and highest good. You're ready to receive all the fruits that this week has to offer and beyond, that you're ready for that healing, and also that you're releasing at this time. You're going to bring in that energy to also to help you to release. And let's all do it together, because I think it's more powerful that way. And it just says we should all send out big energy for this new transition for me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. So are you guys ready? I'd say let's do it for a couple of minutes. I think a couple minutes is fine. I'm going to drink a little bit more water. Okay. Let's do it. Susie heard James's voice on my mystery school video. He's a good match for you. Meant to be. I think so. That there is my twin flame over there. All right. Are you ready, you guys? Get settled in. Let's get ready to do this. I'm setting the intention that all the energy that I send out is for whoever needs it most, and that I'm open to receiving energy for my best and highest good for all the things that I'm doing at this time, for this wonderful new adventure. Although I may be scared, I'm going for it. I don't care. I'm going for it. And that anything I need to release, I'm open. And so same for you guys. Dina te e. Dine e. Dine e. Shum. Shum. Yana. Yana tek. Yana. Shum. Shum. Dine e. Yana tek e. Yana kwe. Dine te. Shum a. Ahau. Ahau. Ahau e. Shum. Shum. ik, ik, di, ik, ik, di, ik, di, way. Dinete ate, shumwe aye. All right, you guys. Such amazing energy. And I thank Anna, my guide from the property, who's showed up to help me with that. She's one of our Navajo spirits that lives up there. So I thank her for helping me. So thank you guys so much. Thank you all for everybody who came into the chat. I thank you so much for the personal messages, and I thank you for allowing me to connect for you. That is one of my favorite things to do now is just straight channeling. Thank you to everybody who subscribed, everybody that gave this a thumbs up. And if you feel like anybody needs to hear some of these messages, you know, hey, forward this video, pass this video on to them, share it. I thank you guys. Wow, it looks like we've got a lot of cool messages in here as well. Let's see. Butterfly says, I'm very tired and I'll probably be projecting, not be projecting much, just observing. That's cool too. Angela is sending some extra energy for Butterfly. And Susie was wondering if Angela had a YouTube channel. Susie said, I know these guys from Joe Gifford. They speak love language. Angela said, I made 2 AMVs for fun, but I actually live with my large family and I'm in a spiritual closet. So at this point in my life, nope, no spiritual channel, but maybe someday. And Billy said, thank you. Thank you all. What a beautiful energy we shared today. Yes. We should definitely do this again. Yeah. Silver Star said, thank you so much, guides. Thank you all. Much love to you guys. And thank you to everybody who came in, everybody who was participating, even the people who were just lurking away. That's cool too. But I want to thank all of my YouTube members, so Heather and Liesel, Susie, Kayla, and I also want to thank all of my patrons. Thank you all so much. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. I really do appreciate hanging out with you guys. Thank you for allowing me to hang out with you. And I'll catch you later. Don't forget to use maybe some cacao this week. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease, you guys. Peace out. Bye.